The final moments of the game in Dallas, where McNeese State trails Mississippi State 70-58. Let's take you there live. Craig Bolerjack and Bob Wenzel with the call.
Final seconds ticking down. Second half here in Dallas has been an all Mississippi State in the second half. 12 ticks remaining. They will advance on and take on the winner of the late game tonight between Boston College and Texas. Carr for three. Final seconds as Lewis comes across midcourt. Alley-oop for the bounce pass in the lane. It wouldn't go down. And the final is in. 70-58 Mississippi State.
Well, the Bulldogs did it with defense and rebounding in the second half. That fueled their offense. And Mario Austin, absolutely fantastic in this game.
Coming up next here in Dallas will be Texas and Boston College. Mississippi State moves on and will play the winner. The Chevrolet most valuable players of the game. From McNeese State, Damon Williams with 15 points, 9 rebounds. Mario Austin put on a clinic with 25 points and 9 rebounds. 8 of 13 from the floor. 70-58 Mississippi State. They moved to 27-7. Let's go to New York, and here's Greg Gumbel. Greg?
All right, Craig, so the Cowboys fall, the Bulldogs move on. 70-58 the final score, and here are the games coming your way next on CBS. Ole Miss and UCLA getting underway right now. Top-seeded Maryland will play Siena. Murray State meets Georgia, Boston College, and Texas. Everyone will start on Ole Miss and UCLA in Pittsburgh, and then we'll get you to your respective tips as they come along. It comes your way after this message and a word from your local station.
Craig T. Nelson in the District, CBS Saturday. It's all here.
You know, we could have spent an absolute fortune to get a big-name celebrity in our Prairie Farms ice cream commercials. But instead, we decided to put our money where your mouth is. Quality you can taste from Prairie Farms. You know, we could have spent every dime we have in expensive special effects in our Prairie Farms ice cream commercials. But instead, we decided to put our money where your mouth is. Taste the homemade goodness of Prairie Farms.
No escape. That's what we got with Balance Pro corn herbicide.
My proof, weeds just don't break through with Balance Pro.
All season I saw Tree Charge working on the weeds from the road.
My proof is my unused post-grass herbicide because Balance Pro replaced it.
My proof, grasses used to control this field. Now I do.
That's my proof.
My proof.
The power of recharge is why Balance Pro is America's fastest growing pre-herbicide. Need more proof? Visit balanceproof.com.
Are you ready?
Uh-oh, what time is it? This is gonna get good. Don't sing it, bring it. Are you ready?
Eric Rasmussen on 3 News, Central Illinois' news leader.
20 years now, where'd they go? 20 years, I don't know. I sit and I wonder sometimes where they've gone.
He's an elbow man.
My boy.
Generation after generation, it's good to have someone you can depend on.
18 minutes remaining. Ole Miss leading UCLA by a 3-2 count. David Sanders with a 3, Matt Barnes 2 free throws. We're just underway, under 18 minutes to go in Pittsburgh, the final game of the night.
A nice job by Derek Allen on Gadzuric in the inside.
Jason Harrison, Wade. Back they come outside. Jason Harrison, 5'5" senior. This is the first meeting ever between Ole Miss and UCLA. 8 and 9 seeds. Emmanuel Wade for 3. No. Gadzuric cleans it. Good kick out. Billy Knight Harrison's back, huge height advantage, and Billy Knight cans the jumper.
And a good read too, Vern. He took advantage, had the size on the little guy. Of course, you said 5'5", you're giving him some. His heart is about 6'6".
Right. Here's Gadzurek, and another example of this huge height advantage enjoyed by UCLA.
And a big concern for Ole Miss, nice denial on the wing by Sanders, is the length around the perimeter, so it's going to be very hard to make entry passes.
Cincinnati earlier eased to a win over Boston University. They will meet the winner of UCLA or Ole Miss on Sunday afternoon.
Straight up man-to-man.
I knew you'd get a chance to.
Well, I figured we'd let everybody know. And this is what a lot of people will try on the feisty Jason Harrison to post up Bozeman is, and they pop him out.
Cedric Bozeman, freshman point guard. Barnes, what a tough shot that was.
Wow, and really Bozeman was trying to get reset down underneath it. And Jason Harrison, in asking Rod Barnes, do a lot of teams try and post him up? He said they do, but he's so strong. He benches 300 pounds. I knew your eyes brightened when you heard that. It's in your league. But a tough, feisty competitor, that guy. Number 11.
Richard Kirkland goes to the bench. Derek Allen, number 40. There's the alley-oop inside. It's taken away by Harrison. 3-on-2, left side. David Sanders, kick it back outside, go to the half court.
Real solid trip. Don't waste it.
Justin Reed. That's just inside the arc for 2.
And Justin Reed with a great cut to the short corner. Took advantage of the back of the zone.
UCLA ball. Aaron Harper thought that Knight might have touched it last. And Rod Barnes, the head coach at Ole Miss, going to the bench again. Emmanuel Wade back in. So also Richard Kirkland.
And early on, UCLA's not done a good job on their entry pass, letting people get set up. That high-low from Barnes to Gadzurek. I mean, balls over the head, everybody knows.
Rod Barnes got this team into the Sweet 16 last year. Had a thrilling victory in the second round over Notre Dame. Then they lost to Arizona in the first of the Sweet 16 games. Here, Bozeman with an air ball. Sanders, Emmanuel Wade, number 32. Side, Aaron Harper in the corner, Kirkland.
Oh, sure. Isn't it terrific? What a nice job by Reed screening off. Just come up empty at the rim.
From the corner for 3, Billy Knight.
And Bozeman gave it up nice and early. Solid contribution. And the puppy set by Knight.
7-5 UCLA.
The foul line is empty. Now you've got to sprint in there, though.
Knight goes for the steal, can't get it, into the corner again. Aaron Harper.
Back to the box, you're going to get whatever you want. He just doesn't cover. Now he's giving the open jump. He's not even bothered coming out.
And Harper makes him pay.
And this is a terrific team, understanding what to go at and when to take advantage.
Ole Miss back on top. This is a team that lost in the first round of the SEC tournament last week to South Carolina. A 2-point victory, but it's also a team that won a convincing win at home over Alabama, the second seed. They scored 80 on the Crimson Tide.
Gadzooks when he comes attacking, huh? He's so aggressive around the rim, just has to develop a nicer touch on his release.
Sanders.
Now, they got to communicate and they've got to respond. Here's the short corner again. Gadzurek does not want to come out or recover
this time.
And it opens up the box then.
Reed puts it on the floor.
What a different player, huh, from a year ago.
Widely regarded as the best recruit Ole Miss has had in years, and the key to their back-to-back tournament appearances now. Here's Capono.
One of the great open shooters. Can't give him those looks.
That was Sanders who denied him that one. There's the pass to Wade. Spots up for the 3. Not there.
And Emmanuel, one more pass. You had Sanders in the corner, up and down. Ole Miss not afraid to take that open jumper.
Ball taken away.
Oh, not a good foul there. You got help in the back. That's a mistake compounded. And you only want that in the back.
And Steve Lavin's going to make a move. He's going to bring Ryan Walton in. Time has been called. 10-9.
Hey, Ray, look at this. Wall-to-wall entertainment.
You want entertainment, Carl? I'll give you entertainment. Look, Carl, I'm a maniac! Maniac!
No argument here.
Let's see their entertainment do this.
Whoa, Ray, I don't want to see anything do that.
At Blockbuster, the hottest new releases are guaranteed on DVD, so you'll always find the entertainment you want.
That's it, Carl! Shake what your mama gave you!
Make it a Blockbuster night.
Look at these posers and wannabes.
Dude, that's harsh.
I mean those chicken fingers. Pre-processed, merely posing as spicy, all dressed up in sauce, but nothing of real substance underneath. You gotta try new KFC Blazing Crispy Strips. Real white meat chicken, freshly breaded, double marinated with twice as much spice for that extra spicy kick.
For a limited time, KFC's got new Blazing Crispy Strips. Get 3 strips, coleslaw, and a biscuit for only $2.99.
Everybody in.
I think the party's out here. There's fast food, and then there's KFC.
Chevy, the cars you can depend on, the cars that last.
I'll be there.
New Bacardi Silver Premium Malt Beverage. 5% alcohol by volume. Your night just got more interesting.
CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the NCAA Basketball Championship is sponsored by Bacardi Silver, Blockbuster, Microsoft, and by Chevy Trucks.
The confluence, of course, downtown Pittsburgh, the Allegheny, the Monongahela that form the Ohio, and we've got things going like this here too, Bill.
I'm impressed with your geography of those tips, and of course both teams a little bit different style. Now UCLA's coming out straight up man-to-man, and of course Ole Miss, and they're not inbounds, they don't establish. Not a good play out of a timeout, but early in the year, UCLA man-to-man, a little full court pressure. They weren't sure of what they wanted to play. They've gone to the matchup at the end of the year, and right now they go switching on the timeout.
Here's Walcott on for Bozeman at the point after Walcott had that foul. Knight for 3 off the rim, and it's taken down by Aaron Harper of Ole Miss, puts it in the hands of the 5'5" senior Harrison. Appearance final season for Ole Miss. There's Harrison backing it out. And now Billy Knight out on him.
And they're going to automatic switching. They're switching on the exchange.
Sanders, David Sanders, Harrison. Deliberate Ole Miss team. That one's knocked out of bounds. Touch last by Justin Reed. Well, final games of the night in the first round on Friday night. And coming up, Siena against Maryland with a tip at 10:14. Murray State against Georgia. And in Dallas, Boston College takes on the Longhorns of Texas.
And right now, if you're Ryan Walcott, you want to run the show, get them organized. The difficulty, I think, in watching tape is the point to distribution for UCLA. Getting them in the right sets, running the offense, and don't gamble with passes. Be solid.
The pass deep in the corner for Capono with the fake and the shot, and he got all of the rim.
And that's how Barnes bites him, and he really sees the floor, understands, does the little things. Great skip pass over the top.
Jason Capono, the junior from Lakewood, California. And another lead change. This is the 7th lead change we've had in the early going. Back outside, quick pass, touch over to Aaron Harper, in and out. And that's off Billy Knight. It's going to be Ole Miss ball.
And that's what makes Ole Miss tough. Sanders with the extra pass to give the open look to Harper. Both of them can knock shots down.
Rico Hines, a 5th-year senior, on for the UCLA Bruins. And Richard Kirkland gets a rest for Ole Miss. Rico Hines was a starter in his final season at UCLA during a 9-game win streak earlier. He suffered a concussion, and Steve Lamont says they missed his experience on the floor.
Yeah, over the years, he's put somebody in the lineup, and all of a sudden they go on great runs out of zone after the inbounds.
Barnes tipped and out of bounds. It'll be Ole Miss ball. 11-10 Bruins with 11:55 to go, first half.
In 1935, Foxwood Farm started with one horse and a truck. The horse was a thoroughbred, the truck a Chevy Suburban. Today, they have a few more horses, but there's still only one truck, Chevy Suburban. With an available 8.1-liter Vortec engine, it's capable of towing up to 6 tons, making it the best Suburban yet. Chevy Suburban, like a rock.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
On March 22nd, the wait is over. Blade 2, rated R, starts March 22nd.
Can you say ha?
Please hold for... Never pay for long distance, never pay for roaming with Singular Wireless. And now for March Madness, get 3,500 night and weekend bonus minutes plus a great deal on a Nokia phone. Welcome to nationwide self-expression.
I chose Fidelity's Power Street because they have some of the hottest technology.
I can't believe he said that.
He chose it because it's from Fidelity Investments.
I like the excitement of online trading.
He likes the security of knowing someone's behind him.
If I'm going to build a portfolio, I need a stock screener, complete view, and map of the market.
If he's going to build a portfolio, he's going to do it with the people who built one or two themselves.
To invest, call, click, or visit Fidelity.
I love you too.
Meet Baby Bob.
I can relate to basketball. There's lots of yelling, crying, and tears, and that's just Bobby Knight.
Baby Bob, premieres CBS Monday.
Just under 12 remaining first half, a 1-point margin. Neither team shooting particularly well. Rebounding about even. And Bill, you said during the break you had a sense that they're both kind of tentative.
Yeah, they're really struggling. And one thing Ole Miss has is a good, sound philosophy defensively. They get after you with their straight-up man-to-man. UCLA, not really sure of which is the better of the two. And I mean, they're feeling their way timeout to timeout, trip to trip.
Now Harrison looks in the corner, comes back, and sets it to Aaron Harper. 11-10. 3. Off the rim, into the hands of Matt Barnes. He's got Hines to the right side. There's Rico Hines. And a good play by Justin Reed. That's out of bounds. It'll be Ole Miss.
And you know, it's interesting. Rod Barnes talking about Reed. His development is quicker than he thought. You mentioned the best recruit. Well, he's worked at his game. He has this ability to smile, which his mother passed on to him, to diffuse situations. So during the course of watching his different games, you know, he'll have a tough call against him. And he's as happy as a guy that had his check picked up. He just laughs his way to the bank.
That reminds me of dinner with you.
Very true.
11-10. Harrison, right side, Emmanuel Wade.
Good perimeter passing, but I think they got to get touches or dribble in the low box area or penetration just to set up their outside shot.
I just love watching Justin Harrison play.
Well, you know what? You're probably the only guy that you can post up.
That's right.
No, but I agree. He's got a heart. Look at how deep. Nice stroke.
That's a little too deep, I would think. Gadzurik with the rebound. That's 3 for Gadzurik in the game. Alley-oop, Barnes, nice touch, but it's too hard and out of bounds.
Walcott didn't need that, though. He's got to read ahead.
And a reminder that first-round games, the final games of the night, yet to tip off. Murray State against Georgia in the East, the tip time of 10:20. And Boston College against Texas. That's an 11 against a 6 at 10-21. We've got an 8 versus a 9 here in Pittsburgh. Neither of these teams came into the NCAA tournament with a surge of victories. 3 and 6 the last 9 for Ole Miss.
Dribble penetration against the zone.
Good defense. TJ Cummings is on the floor, and there's another turnover.
And great speed and coverage, getting down the floor. Wade with great hustle.
UCLA already turned it over 5 times. 10 from the corner. Too strong. Sanders. Offensive board. Harper.
Pass into it. Good defense by Barnes, and a good call as well. They keep it.
Clean block. Hell ball. Possession arrow favors Ole Miss. Steve Lavin going to the bench again. Dejon Thompson comes on, and Andre Patterson. A couple of the youngsters. Matt Barnes will sit.
And they are talented youngsters, too. Getting back to your favorite player out there, please, by your admission, Jason Harrison. Rod Barnes smiles. Does he remind you a little bit of yourself? And he starts to smile. A lot to prove when he was a player at Ole Miss, and certainly an accomplished one by the end of his career. And certainly this guy with a career in Oxford.
In the corner again.
Yeah, you can't get that running start anymore. Refs are too good spotting it.
We have been stuck on 11-10 for quite some time. And a battle of young coaches. Rod Barnes, 36. Point guard in the late 80s at Ole Miss. And had to fight for everything he gained athletically. And that's why he and Harrison have so much in common. He's very effusive in his praise for Harrison. Here's a runner, Walcott.
Nice job getting into the lane to get their pressure set up. Denying the inbounds pass and denying on the wings.
There's full court pressure.
Thompson just a little bit. What a perfect trap.
They kick it to Harrison.
Elusive, too. You know, he was a running back in football.
Yes, he was. High school in Little Rock, Arkansas, set all kinds of yardage records. The only basketball scholarship he had offered was from a Division II school. There's a three-pointer.
Fox on the floor, able to knock it down. They got some good perimeter shooters.
Kendrick Fox, a freshman, number 4. The answer comes at the other end from Dejon Thompson. 16-13, 8:22 to go.
Now you can see where Steve Lavin now is trying not to rely on a half-court D, like shake him up a little, then get back in your coverage, give him some other thoughts.
Harrison Sanders, in and out. Here comes UCLA running with a rebound. Nice pass left side, but a little tough to handle. Nevertheless, Andre Patterson did a fine job there.
Great recovery, you're right. The runouts have helped UCLA, and Ole Miss is usually consistently back in their transition D.
Good job of handling the ball. Patterson with 2.
There's a song I want to sing. There's a bell I want to ring. Every place that I go, it's easier with you. I am free to express myself around the world and on Main Street. I am free to live my dream.
Freedom. 9-3 UCLA run has given them a 5-point edge and 7 points off the bench for UCLA in the early going.
Ron Williams said, you know, we're going to run a little bit, but we want to make them work at times on the defensive end. But this strategy now employed by Steve Lavin, it's hastened the pace. They've gotten some open floor opportunity. Here's another good denial.
And Rico Hines with the steal. Walcott. And the foul is called on Justin Reed. that's going to send Thompson to the line.
And you got to mind Steve Lavin. He's trying to change the flow of the game. Don't let Mississippi get set in their tough, tenacious man-to-man and then pick them apart. But here, just the good other hands up, the ability now on the run out to give it up and be unselfish, solid play. And they're, again, ready to tee it up on the defensive end. Thompson with one more.
Now, Steve Lavin telling us last night he's got this collection of veteran players on this ball club and a talented group of youngsters, but trying to get them cohesive has been very difficult.
To integrate has been the difference. Some nights it's some people contributing, and other nights it's you know, maybe the senior group, and then he has the mixed bag, young and old. But I still think it's the point position, how they address it, whether they're going to be successful today and/or Sunday.
A tradition unlike any other, the Masters on CBS.
Sometimes you feel like being dependable. Sometimes you just want to go for a drive.
Okay, we'll give you guys 10 seconds. You know, it'd be a lot more fun if they had a better car.
Chevy Impala.
Moo. For an incredible bargain on a computer, just call 1-800-GATEWAY. Because right now, you can get a Gateway 300 SE desktop fully loaded with an Intel Celeron processor, CD burner, and a monitor, all for just $5.99. That's right, a Gateway computer with a CD burner and a monitor for just $5.99. But hurry, this deal won't last forever, so call 1-800-GATEWAY today. That's 1-800-GATEWAY.
There I am. I can't hear a thing. I'm trying to talk to somebody, and voila, it's a conversation bubble.
That's a winner. That's a surefire winner.
When CZB Industries created the Convo Bub, they brought the Kinko's Network team in-house, giving them the technology and people to illuminate the idea and reach growing global markets. And when the phenomenon exploded, Kinko's grew with them. Introducing the Kinko's Network. If it could help a company like this succeed, imagine what it could do for yours.
Introducing a whole new Energizer Max. With so much extra power inside, it's the longest-lasting Energizer Max ever. Do you have the bunny inside?
Why do I rent from Enterprise? For more cargo room. More people room. Or more headroom. Enterprise. So easy, it's like having a second car. Or third.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
Greg Gumbel in New York, UCLA leading Ole Miss by a score of 20-13. We'll get you back there shortly, but right now we'll take you to the MCI Center in Washington, D.C., let you get an idea of what's happening between the top seed in the East, Maryland, and the Siena Saints. Jim Nantz and Billy Packer are in Washington.
Fast action early here. Maryland in white leading 15-10. Juan Dixon is on fire here. Maryland on a 10-point run. Dixon with 12.
Leading scorer at Maryland for 3 years in a row is Dixon. Redshirt his first year. Blake got hit in the side of the head.
Mitchell hits a three right off the bench.
Blake took an elbow to the side of the head. He's still alive, but he's wincing a little bit out there. Dixon coming to that ball. Really's got some fresh legs there tonight. Not a good shot. You notice that neither one of his teammates that would rebound, Wilcox or Baxter, was in a position to go get a board there.
Archbold on the board. Takes it the length of the court, 18-15 Maryland.
Nice rangy size, Jim, on this Siena team. Archbold, who plays a forward, can also, because of his ball handling skills, move into the backcourt. Nice hands. Good block. That was Clinton that got a piece of that one.
Blake with a three. Not this time. Clinton with the rebound.
Siena not at all intimidated in this game. Good crisp.
No signs at all, Billy.
No, good crisp ball handling. Nice passing. Karangwa just too big inside for Blake.
Karangwa brings him within one. It's a 7-point run by the Saints.
And again, they have not gone to Baxter inside. He's got Miller on him. They've got to let Lonnie Baxter be a threat, and here he is.
The Siena Saints out of the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference, and entering the tournament with a losing record, the 16th team to do so.
Jim, some tough losses, though. Providence on the road, Oklahoma State, Xavier on the road, overtime losses in Toledo. At Manhattan, 2 overtime loss, a double overtime loss. So they played in a lot of close games. And in fairness to this team, because I think its personnel is a lot better than its record shows, these guys have played under 3 different coaches in 3 years, and not only 3 personalities difference, but styles and concepts of how the game should be played.
19-17 Terps as we go to the first break.
You heard Billy Packer reference the record. Siena Saints at 17-18 coming in, not at all intimidated by the Terps. Let's take you back to Pittsburgh. Ole Miss and UCLA. First round action in the West. Vern Lundquist and Bill Raftery.
14-3 UCLA. They have established a 10-point margin of difference here in the first half. 6:41 to go.
You know what people don't factor in? Steve Lavin at this time of year. I mean, they just play better basketball. I mean, they're conscientious, seem to raise the level of play, the intensity, and a good start for them, particularly with the press.
Well, 6-time, Bill, they're back in the NCAAs with Steve Lavin, and they're 9-5 with the much criticized UCLA coach. Lavin, who has been with the program at UCLA for 11 years. Topic of incessant conversations on radio talk shows in Southern California.
He does take some heat. I mean,
yes, he does. But you asked him yesterday how he seems to be holding up fine.
Well, he enjoys what he's doing. He enjoys his team. They seem to enjoy him. Everybody expects so much. We all know what John Wooden accomplished. I think it's the toughest job in the country. Nobody's forgotten the past.
Walcott, quick hands. And there's Ole Miss getting back. Harrison did just enough
to throw him off, and it's a 5-on-4 here if they want it.
And cuts it back outside. Harper, they can't get the shots to fall.
And they've gotten good looks, good solid opportunities.
5:42 to go in the first half of play. First meeting ever between these two. And you.
Greg Gumbel in New York. The lead is 10 for UCLA, 23-13. Now let's take you to the MCI Center in Washington, where the top seed in the East, Maryland, leads Siena 19-17. We'll join Jim Nance and Billy Packer at the MCI Center.
All right, Jim Nance, Billy Packer. We've got the 1 seed Maryland here, and Billy, the history of the 1 since '79.
Pretty impressive, Jim, in terms of what they do. 12 national crowns, which means they win a national championship about 50% of the time. Full court pressure by Maryland. So far, Siena's done a fine job not turning this ball over. There it goes.
Right on cue.
Forget this one.
Wilcox. Ball was thrown away by Mark Price.
Spoke a little too soon. Price, who did not play in the MEAC tournament due to illness.
Austin Andrews, number 20, into the Siena lineup for the first time.
Durango out of the ball game right now, as is Cabo.
Archbold. Tipped up and in. Give that one to Austin Andrews.
Andrews pointing to the official score to say that was mine, only he was pointing to the wrong sideline.
We gave it to him. He's pointing at us.
That's right.
Nicholas with a 3.
Nice touch.
Drew Nicholas comes in off the bench with a 3.
Price taking him. That's a backcourt pass.
Baseliner. Yes. Good again by Austin Andrews.
Might have missed something there, Jim. I think that ball was thrown front court to back court.
Sure looked like it.
There's where Baxter loves to be.
No stopping that.
And Clinton did the right thing not fouling because he was in bad position.
Timeout called by Siena. Hanging with Maryland, 26-21, Terps.
Road game, huh? I just love road games. No distractions, just you against the world. It's an opportunity to prove yourself, to show everyone out there you can win no matter what.
It's just a sales call.
Son, there's no such thing as just a sales call.
When you're on the road, count on Fairfield Inn's inviting affordable rooms.
Son, you need a fight song. Bum, bum,
yeah, fight song. Break coach and break.
Road game, huh?
Now make 3 stays and earn 2 free nights. Call 1-888-MARRIOTT today. Fairfield Inn. Your Marriott awaits.
The Siena Saints sticking with the Maryland Terrapins, and maybe the reason why the players are so loose is because Rob Lanier, their coach, let them loose today. Instead of watching film all day, he said, I let them go to the mall, I let them go to the barber shop so their hair could look good on television. He said, you know what, it's Maryland, but that's not going to stop us from cutting hard and from playing defense and getting back in transition, and they're doing just that, Jim.
Yeah, they beat the press right here. Mitchell, tough shot.
Off Miller's head. For an assist to Randall.
Randall.
Oh, Wilcox
slams it down.
That ball looked like it was going to be thrown out of the gym. Some catch on the run by Wilcox. Pressure picking up right now. Randall, another good job.
Nicholas had it on his hip for a second. Three-pointer and one.
Durango commits the foul on that one. Watch this alley-oop. This is unbelievable how Wilcox was running full speed here. Was able to gather himself to make the catch as he was actually flying back by the backboard. You can see him putting his hand on the board, which is legal on that play. And here we'll see the three-point shot by Nicholas. And what we have right now is Maryland's press, particularly with the taller players getting active, really causing a problem for Siena. Drew Nicholas, who's had some big games, 15 against Florida State, 14 North Carolina, very capable of putting on a double-figure game.
8-0 run here by Maryland.
Now Dixon, who's playing in the middle on this trap, is so good at anticipating steals.
Barangua. Cabo gets it back. Right back up with it for 2.
Yeah, Cabo, that's the second time he's made a shot, Jim, in the lane. He's 6'6".
University of New Hampshire transfer. Taj Holden in for Maryland, number 45.
Excellent outside shooter is Holden. Initially was scheduled to be the starter. Wilcox is beating him out. Surrounding the 2-3 zone. Bad pass by Nicholas.
Maryland 32-23, a couple of spectacular plays.
Stole from a blind guy? Well, what are you going to do for an encore there?
I think I may kick some puppies. How's that?
Life is best told over a great tasting Miller Lite at a place called Miller Time.
Did you steal that guy's dog too? Is that whose dog that is?
Every day, millions of people in the United States wake up to billions of allergens. Introducing Clarinex. Clarinex provides receptor protection to help block histamine. Clarinex gives you 24-hour non-drowsy relief for any allergy, anywhere, anytime. Side effects are similar to sugar pill, including sore throat, dry mouth, and fatigue. Talk to your doctor about new 24-hour Clarinex.
This spring, Lowe's is improving home improvement because only Lowe's has top choice lumber. With 4 clean sides, prime grade, and center cut. Lowe's also has a complete line of windows and doors, including Pella. And Lowe's promises low prices every day, guaranteed. Lowe's. improving home improvement.
Chevy Tahoe is the only large SUV with the security of AutoTrack 4-wheel drive, so you can impress people. Or avoid them altogether. Chevy Tahoe, like a rock.
Catch Dave tonight when the Patriots' Adam Vinatieri kicks off from the roof to a special surprise receiver.
I think he's up there every night.
Plus, will it float tonight?
Greg Gumbel in New York. Maryland's Terrapins, the top seed in the East, with a 32-23 lead on the number 16 seed, the Saints of Siena. We're going to take you from there to the West bracket. First half, 3:06 to play. UCLA's lead over Ole Miss is 4. Let's join Vern Lundquist and Bill Raftery.
UCLA continues to lead by 4, but it had been a 15-point margin. And here's Bozeman, the freshman point guard. Nope. And Gadzuric is fouled, and we'll go to the free throw line. Foul on Kirkland.
Nice trail there by Big Dan Gadzuric. They went to him early, try to establish. You've seen that in recent games where Steve wants to get him involved. He had a couple of jump hooks early in the game, and that time on Bozeman's push to the goal, wisely followed.
Gadzuric will shoot one more. Coming up on Singular at the half, Greg Gumbel, Clark Kellogg will get you updated on all the tournament news, all the scores and highlights, plus a live look at all the action going on in the NCAA tournament. That's all coming up on Singular at the half.
And Dan struggles at the free throw line, so both clubs have to be alert. Offensive rebounding, slap back, tip up, squeezed by the red shirts.
1 of 2 this trip for Gadzuric.
And the pressure continues. It's the size and length. It's not the aggressiveness of the trap.
Right.
Unless they get it over half court occasionally. Here's the run up by Bozeman.
Right.
A little run and jump like Dean Smith, the old Tar Heel mentor.
Back outside. Harrison has it. 2.5 to go, first half of play.
The sprint to the foul line has been effective, and once in a while the dribble drive in the lane. They split defenders, this matchup zone. A lot of holes in it.
And that tip goes out. Offensive board. Aaron Harper back outside to Harrison. Passes on the 3. Unselfish, and Sanders can't make it go down. The rebound off the glass.
What a great job by Al. I mean, just plugged, kicked it out the first time. A little kiss, but a big fella.
And the difference is 3. It had been 15. We're under 2 to go in the first half.
And you can find holes to rebound against that zone, too, because 5-second pressure to the ball, and that's part of that difficulty at the point spot. And he's looking for somebody to get free. Don't pound it too much, but it's soft enough to be caught. You see Gadzuric looking to identify. You get there a little bit late, the longer rebound advantage to the offensive end, but just a solid job there by Derek Allen.
And Ole Miss trailing by 3 with 1:45.
Overloaded once in a while on Gadzuric's side. They've been able to get a corner jump shot. He does not get out quick enough. Here's the opportunity again. Nice cover by Big Dan.
Gadzuric gets the rebound. That's 5 boards for Gadzuric.
Big time gather.
Well, he's got the decisive height advantage at 6'11". There's Harrison at 5'5", harassing him, but the putback is up and good by Billy Knight.
And right there, Jason was harassing everybody. A pesky guy down in the box area.
And Capono picks up a cheapie.
Getting in position, you would anticipate a soft release on this one. A little bit harsh. Weak side position. You can just see the ability to get inside, and of course the defense try to react and strip.
At the free throw line, David Sanders, junior from Jackson, Mississippi. Walcott back on for Bozeman at the point.
He's going to be good. I mean, it's just he's going to fight his way through this year, and next year I look for him to have a breakout year. A little more relaxed, won't feel it as much.
Well, the inevitable comparisons made now to Earl Watson, and Steve Lavin reminding us yesterday afternoon that Earl Watson was the subject of some harsh criticism early on in his career.
Good move by the big guy. Splash. Oh, well, once you leave home, you're always loved. You know, that out of sight, it's sorely missed.
Sanders to Harper. Final 35 seconds.
On this shot, so you get one more. A little hammer in your hand.
About a 7-second differential. Game clock, shot clock. Time. UCLA, 7 seconds. Here's Walcott.
Go to the goal. Go to the goal and give it inside.
Gadzuric. It's launched from outside, and Billy Knight ends the first half with a serious punctuation mark.
As I said, go to the goal. A step back, jack, and that'll give you a pain. Use the bounce. They take away the dribble path, but follow through a little nylon. And Steve Lavin, who is as energized as his club.
And let's go to Leslie Visser.
Steve, you led by as much as 15 points. You used your bench. What are you happy with? What should we look for in the second half?
Well, the young guys brought a lot of energy, which was a good thing, but it's tough when you go back to your starters after they've been out that long, and that's kind of indicative of our whole season, is trying to find a rhythm. I've said it before, like musicians, they got to play together, but overall to be up 10 against a tough Southeast Conference team, there were some good things.
Dan, sounds pretty good. Thanks, Steve. Over to you.
All right, Leslie, thank you. We have reached the end of the first half, and CBS Sports exclusive coverage of NCAA basketball continues after this message and a word from your local station.
Hi, everyone. I'm back in town to get you on your feet again. Get up.
Okay, fellas.
So what do you think? Good offense or good defense? Pick one for a chance to win a Volvo S60 at volvocars.com/questions.
Follow the NCAA tournament with live scores, stats, and analysis in the Game Center only at cbs.sportsline.com or on America Online. Enter keyword CBS Sportsline.
From the directors of Top Gun and Black Hawk Down comes American Fighter Pilot, launching March 29th.
In his 8 years in the General Assembly, Rick Winkle has led the charge for tax relief. When gas prices soared, Rick Winkle helped us by eliminating the state sales tax. When property taxes skyrocketed, Rick championed property tax relief. Rick expanded the circuit breaker program for senior prescription relief. And Rick increased the state's funding for our schools by millions of dollars. Because families are Rick Winkle's #1 concern. Vote for Rick Winkle for state senator.
300 vehicles.
31 days.
It's a massive March markdown at O'Brien's University Auto Park.
300 vehicles must be sold in 31 days.
Get 0% financing on select new vehicles.
2002 Camrys for just $17,995.
2002 Chrysler Town & Countries at $2,500 below dealer invoice.
And new vehicles for $198 a month.
300 vehicles.
31 days.
Only at University Auto Park, Urbana.
John Schmidt is now attacking Lisa Madigan's father, an attack the Fraternal Order of Police calls an out-and-out lie. The same John Schmidt who forced 500 Chicago workers to lose their jobs in a corporate merger. Then his law firm put 500 Decatur workers out of work. He even negotiated a trade treaty that lowered worker standards here and around the world. John Schmidt made millions putting people out of work. We deserve better.
The last round of games this second day of the tournament. One game at halftime, the other 3 are in progress, and we'll take you there.
CBS Sports presents Singular at the Half, sponsored by Singular, the wireless company that supports self-expression nationwide.
Hi, everyone. Welcome once again to our studios here in New York for Singular at the Half. Greg Gumbel along with Clark Kellogg. Our score at the half, UCLA leading Ole Miss 36-26. If you didn't go on a run at some point in this first half, you didn't belong in this game.
UCLA went on a big one to get a big lead. Then Mississippi closed the gap. UCLA closed the half with the run. There you see the leading scores. 3-point shooting really big for Mississippi because UCLA played primarily a zone defense and perimeter shots are available, and Mississippi made a few threes late to get back in it.
Talking about making a few threes, how about the Racers of Murray State in the game in Chicago? First round in the East. The Racers are leading Georgia 27-20, and they have been raining threes on the Bulldogs. Let's take you there live. Tim Brando and Eddie Fogler.
James Singleton returns for Murray State.
The Racers of Murray State got out to that very fast start, hitting 6 of their first 7 from downtown. Since then, they've cooled, and the Dogs of Georgia have cut into the lead. It's down to 5. Just over 9 minutes to play in what has been a really entertaining region. The pod factor certainly coming into play with the Midwest region upset. 12 seed over a 5 seed Creighton earlier today at the buzzer, Terrell Taylor. And then later, Bob Knight's team taken out by the 11th seeded Salukis.
Well, there's Victor taking Daniels off the dribble on the perimeter. Daniels much better in the post defensively, cannot guard Victor on the perimeter. Victor just bounces it to the goal.
Cuthbert Victor, young man from the Virgin Islands. And a foul. Well, we talked about Jim Herrick. Hey, unlock the box for more success. The guy just knows how to get it done. Pepperdine taken out, you might recall, by Jim Valvano in that miracle run. UCLA, national champions in '95. Rhode Island to the Elite Eight. Had a 6-point lead in the last minute. I recall my old partner, Al McGuire, and I had the opportunity to call that game in St. Louis. Arthur Lee made the big steal. Mark Madsen, the Mad Dog, had a slam, and it turned into a 3-point play. And the Cardinal of Mike Montgomery moved on. Stanford winning that game against Rhode Island. He had Catino Mobley, Tyson Wheeler, outstanding guards on that particular team.
And took out an excellent Kansas team in the game before in the tournament.
Out there, long rebound, Burdine. In the corner, he's trapped. Leads to a turnover. Nice play by Hayes to Williams. What presence by Jarvis Hayes.
As he was going to pick up the loose ball, he looked up the court, saw Williams sneaking out and pitched it ahead for the easy basket. Murray State's taking awfully tough threes, Tim. It's very difficult to continue to hit at the pace they were early, taking the shots they're taking.
Antonio Henderson in the game now, number 4 in blue. Pichel operating at the point along with Burdine. And down inside, it's Singleton and Welchel for the Racers. Singleton with a ball fake. Rejected but fouled. Looked like a lot of leather there for Daniels, but he's whistled for the foul, his first.
Here's Burdine being trapped on the sideline. It's almost like a triple team when you can get somebody at the sideline. Nice hands, they deflect. And here's the pitch ahead to Williams for the easy hoop.
2 shots.
Georgia also now starting to put more pressure on the perimeter. Very conscious of the threes.
Singleton, clearly the best newcomer in the Ohio Valley Conference. Young man had 13 double-doubles. Second team Ohio Valley Conference.
So it's a 5-point game. The Racers of Murray State, 7.5 to play in the first half. In Dallas, first round game in the Midwest, the Texas Longhorns have gone on a tear and have bolted ahead of the Boston College Eagles. Let's take you live to Dallas and join Craig Bolerjack and Bob Wenzel.
The inside play of Texas, Craig, has been remarkable in this game, both offensive boards and passing it inside. Thomas and Erskine really doing a great job. The big people for Boston College not matching their efforts.
Texas has gotten 9 points off the bench from Harrison Williams. And another miss by Boston College. Longhorns.
Troy Bell off balance on that one. Thomas posting up, Agbai working hard, but Thomas much more athletic.
Harris on the wing. Under 7.5 to go. Mouton swings it around. Williams backs in, backs out. He took a hard fall just a few minutes ago, but is shaking off the ill effects.
Foul on Agbai inside. He is having a difficult
The Longhorns' run is now 24-6. They lead at 32-17 on the Eagles. In Washington at the MCI Center, the top seed in the East, the Terps 41-29 over Siena. Let's take you there. Jim Nance and Billy Patrick.
Maryland, the white uniforms, the 1 seed trying to shake off
the Siena Saints. 41-29 Maryland, led by Juan Dixon's 14.
And because Maryland has not made this game spectacular, the crowd is still down a little bit. They're expecting their club to come in here and blow out a 16.
17 now on the night for Dixon.
But I kind of like this Siena club. They're hanging right in there. And had to win 5 games in a row to find themselves in a position to be even in this tournament. All were one-and-done games.
Price throws it out of bounds. Siena, the most points the Saints had allowed in the first half of the game this year was 42. And Maryland's already broken past that.
Well, for the first time, I saw a little frustration on the face of the Siena players. One thing they cannot do is lose focus here. This game will get away from them in a hurry. The explosive nature of this Maryland team.
Dixon feeds Holden.
Example right there. And the last thing, if you're Coach Lanier, you want is this crowd to get into this game.
Winner of this game moves on to face Wisconsin, and right now Maryland looking good at 46-29, under 4 minutes to play in the first half. We thank you for joining us here on Singular at the Half. We'll send you back to Pittsburgh for the second half of Ole Miss and UCLA in just a moment.
CBS Sports presents Singular at the Half, sponsored by Singular, the wireless company that supports self-expression nationwide. Go to the 2002 NCAA Men's Final Four? Then log on to Singular.com and enter Singular's most expressive fan promotion. If you're anything like these fans, you definitely have a chance to win.
Now there's a better way to soothe your skin after shaving. Nivea for Men Aftershave Balm has advanced moisturizers and vitamins to soothe and improve your skin. Nivea for Men. More evolved skincare.
Augusta National celebrates the 100th birthday of the man behind the mystique, the legendary Bobby Jones. A tradition unlike any other, the Masters on CBS.
UCLA up by 10, and we'll return to Mellon Arena after this message. And a word from your local station, Billy Knight for 3. You're watching CBS exclusive coverage of the NCAA Championship.
Whoa. What was he thinking?
Introducing a vehicle designed for your adventures in reality. The all-new, more powerful CR-V from Honda.
Craig T. Nelson in the District, CBS Saturday. It's all here.
It's rare to find a bank that works to save me money, but Mark at National City showed me that when I have my home equity loan payments deducted from my National City checking account, I'd actually lower my loan's interest rate.
I was single, low on capital, and starting my own company, but that didn't stop Elaine at National City from getting me what I needed. Now my business is growing, and Elaine is still my banker.
I got a new job in a new city. I wanted to bank when and where it was convenient for me. Gary at National City took care of it. I've got ATMs everywhere, free checking, a Visa check card, and online banking. Gary understood me, but that's no surprise, because the people at National City don't see me like this. They see me for who I really am.
I'm Brian Spencer, and my bank is National City.
I'm Linda Murphy, and my bank is National City.
I'm Robert Sanchez, and my bank is National City.
You know, we could have blown an enormous budget building big, elaborate sets for our Prairie Farms ice cream commercials. But instead, we decided to put our money where your mouth is. Taste the homemade goodness of Prairie Farms. You know, we could have dropped a bundle of bucks on a big Hollywood director for our Prairie Farms ice cream commercials. But instead, we decided to put our money where your mouth is. Quality you can taste from Prairie Farms.
CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the NCAA Basketball Championship is sponsored by Mazda MPV, the Intel Pentium 4 processor, the United States Army, and by the Honda VTX.
UCLA up by 10 as we get ready for the start of the second 20 minutes of action here from Pittsburgh. And Steve Lavin talking about the difficulty in getting the mixture of the young and the old, but his young guys really helped him out in the first half.
Who do you play? I mean, it's almost where I think he's going to have to decide who's going to get most of the minutes. They got to get Capone involved. But also, when you think of Ole Miss, they didn't handle the press well. If they handle the press well and we check the numbers out, they could get going as well.
3-point field goals have helped keep Ole Miss within hailing distance, 6 of 19. Bench points notched at 17 apiece.
And Justin Reed with only 10 minutes and 2 for 2. And of course, the 2 personal fouls. So that's in Ole Miss's favor.
And now pressure applied on the inbound play. Capono only 1 for 3 from the field for Jason Capono.
And here's that 1-4. They look a little flare screen to get him going.
Billy Knight with the big 3 at the end of the first half, and Matt Barnes, number 23. There's the first turnover of the half. Aaron Harper.
The distance of the pass, and nobody's set up to cut and make themselves available, but you still got to hold on to it if you're Matt Barnes.
Harrison, and again back in this zone now for UCLA. There's Justin Reed. Rebound, Gadzuric. Bozeman for UCLA. Dish. And the quick shot is good for Billy Knight.
A nice sound distribution there by Bozeman. Nice feel. Cedric hitting Knight. Well, he ended that half with a heck of a step back jack, didn't he?
And he opens this half with another 3, 13 points for Knight. Harrison. That's off the rim.
Can't be settling deep, Vern. I mean, they were 6 for 19 from 3.
Almost lost it. Harrison gets it back in the corner. Ole Miss needs to settle down.
Get into the teeth right there. Nice job, and he forces the issue. Good non-call, though. Could have been offensive more than anything.
Yeah, Gadzuric was there. The point of verticality.
Oh, explain that to me, please.
I can't.
Maybe a little, maybe about midnight.
Yeah, that's right. We're an hour away from my explanation for that.
Yeah, explain it to me when I go to another table.
13-point margin, 39-26.
And they're not popping the ball like we've seen him. Nice drive here, but coughing it up.
Bozeman has it, 3-on-2, right side, Billy Knight, why not?
Oh, he is so available. Spreading the D, they just can't get over. They're getting back, but getting out to tag him is a problem.
Largest lead of the ball game. Knight is 6 of 8, 4 of 6 from downtown. UCLA ended the half with a 7-0 run, and they've exploded from the get-go. Here's Bozeman Capono.
Good use of the floor. Very unselfish play to the hot guy. Right of Cowboy.
And a little surprised that Rod Barnes hasn't taken the 30.
Yeah, I am too. Then getting a little bit away from him. A lot of guys wait for that TV timeout. Sometimes it costs you.
UCLA crushing the Rebels, now on a 16-0 run, 45-26 UCLA. Meanwhile, East action in the first half. Georgia leading Murray State 36-33. Let's take you to Chicago. Tim Brando and Eddie Fogle.
You know, I once told a producer that. Can I get it on camera, please? 36-33, Tevester Anderson's Murray State Racers trailing by 3. It's really, Eddie Fogler, been the tale of two halves. Murray State racing to a 14-point lead at the 13-minute mark, 25-11, and then Georgia on a 25-8 run since.
Well, Murray State's threes have not gone down nearly as well, but the Georgia defense has contested the outside shot much better. Georgia now goes very, very small. Jarvis Hayes is a 4-man. We got Dean and Wright together, 2-point guards with Ezra Williams.
Gotta believe the Racers are thinking, we need a Drano. They've gone with the alley-oop a couple of times to no avail. And a foul against Murray State. It will go against Cuthbert Victor.
Murray State foul number 41.
They're going to give it rather to Roderick Thomas, his third.
Jarvis Hayes can guard anybody on the court, 1 through 5. He can guard a point guard. He gets back screen. Look at him react to the back screen. He comes up with the ball.
Jonas Hayes shoots 1 plus the bonus.
Murray State hit 6 of their first 7. They're 1 of 6 since. And where you rely on that 3. And they're very good at hitting those threes, but they're very streaky in doing so.
Well, the streak has been caused, though, Tim, by a much better perimeter defense by Georgia. The last 6 or 7 have been very well contested. The first couple were open looks, and open looks go down much more than contested looks do.
UCLA has really opened it up on Ole Miss in the second half in Dallas. Hayes, 10 points, 7 boards. Jonas is averaged 7 points and 5 rebounds. So Jonas Hayes, more than a role player in tonight's game. That one deflected. And a little help on the call, and they got it right.
Nice teamwork by the officials there.
Yes, it was. John Hughes, William Bush, and Brian Kersey. You see that run? 27-8. By the way, this particular site here in Chicago, Melinda Davis became the first ever female official to officiate in an NCAA tournament men's basketball game. Out of New Orleans, Louisiana. Verdine misses. Victor on the glass. Offensive board work's been awfully good. That's a tie ball. Arrow to Murray State. That's really been the area of the game that Georgia's not solved in Murray State. The ability to not allow them second and third chance opportunities.
Excellent defense, though, by Rashard Ryder and Verdine. He can slide his feet like Jarvis Hayes and is really getting up into Verdine. The little quicker guy doing a good job.
Verdine missed it all that time. There's Singleton. He misses a chippy. Suddenly, that cylinder that was so wide, it's got a lid on it. Jonas Hayes. Well, that was a great pass from Ezra Williams. Outlet pass goes out of bounds. It'll belong to the Bulldogs.
Ezra Williams not only can shoot the ball, but he can also pass the ball. Excellent look into Jonas Hayes. Unfortunate, misses the chippy, but Georgia still retains possession.
2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the half. Georgia with their largest lead of 5. Williams off a pick from Wright. Great look inside. Hayes again misses from in close.
Both teams missing easy hoops.
Welchel driving baseline, creates an opening for Singleton. Henderson not there. Singleton the follow. Uses the window, and it's 38-35. 5 in the game for James Singleton, the Chicago native. You know, we were talking about rebounding. This Murray State team has out-rebounded their opponents 16 of their last 18 games. And Singleton brings down another. That's really the strength of Tevester Anderson's team.
They're a very, very good rebounding team, although they're not very big, nor are they very powerful. They don't have big bodies. They just got quick athletes with great hands who can anticipate shots going off the rim.
Singleton, well, he crossed up Jonas Hayes. That was a super move in the paint.
Little reverse, fake back, and come back to the middle for an easy basket.
Oh, yeah, pounding his heart. Down by 1. And a timeout, Georgia. 1:13 remaining in a very entertaining finale here in Chicago.
Now, to be a player, there are 3 rules you must remember. Number 1, never draw to an inside straight. Number 2, if you got a cinch hand, make him pay to see it. And number 3, there is no combination that would beat bacon and chicken.
Taco Bell's new Club Chalupa is the king of clubs. A winning combination of marinated all-white meat chicken and smoked bacon, wrapped in a crispy chalupa shell. Raise the stakes with the king of clubs and think outside the bun.
Coming up on Singular at the half, Greg Gumbel, Clark Kellogg will take you around with live look-ins at games, scores, and highlights. And Singleton has given us a few highlights here.
The little rocker step, reverse back and get an easy hoop over Jonas Hayes. And here he is getting to the offensive board, keeping the ball up high. Didn't bring it down, gets it back in the basket for 2.
He missed some key games with ankle problems at midseason, but boy, does he run the floor well. Hayes on Jarvis with a nice duck under. Very skilled player.
Nice set play out of the timeout by Jim Herrick. He isolated Jarvis Hayes on the right side of the court. Good pump fake up and under for the basket.
Ezra Williams, really in Welch's way. Georgia extends their defense. Singleton on the low block. Well, Victor gets it done this time against Jarvis Hayes. Cuthbert Victor has Hayes backing up.
And a little push off, not enough for a foul. Got Hayes off balance for the basket.
Bulldogs with a 1-point lead. They've trailed much of the way against Murray State. In fact, we're down by 14, 7 minutes into the opening half.
Playing for the last shot of the half here.
Right. Oh, what a scoop to the hoop by Rashard Wright. He has 7. Victor end to end. A leader. A high wire out the entire first half, Eddie.
Up and down. Excellent competition here today.
Jim Herrick's club is 4th to take to the NCAAs with a 3-point lead here at the intermission. The Bulldogs getting it done in a variety of ways. Very steady, even when they were down by double digits. And let's go to Charles Davis.
Coach Herrick, they started out a house of fire shooting a 3, and now their offensive rebound is getting them in to keep them in the ball game. What do you have to do to prevent that?
Well, we got to rebound a little bit better. We got our man defense straightened out. Now we'll try to straighten out our offensive rebounding and see if we can't put things, do a little bit better job. We had a 5-point lead and got the rebound and threw the outlet, and 2 guys touched it, went out of bounds. That was a big play, but we're nice to have the lead after that being behind so much early.
All right, Coach, thank you.
Thank you, Charles. Well, it's been difficult for teams in the white uniforms to get a win here. Let's go to New York and Greg Gumbel. Greg?
All right, Tim, thanks. So Georgia leading Murray State at halftime 42-39, and the winner of that game will move on to play Southern Illinois University in Dallas at the American Airlines Center. First round game in the Midwest. The 11th seed Eagles of Boston College had high hopes coming in here, but so far it has been all Texas Longhorns.
They've been dominating inside, really attacking the offensive glass, scoring the ball in the paint. Boston College has to rebound better if they're going to get back in it.
Now, you said it wouldn't surprise you to see Boston College coming out on top in this game, but what's been the difference?
Well, the difference has been what's going on inside for Texas, and Troy Bell and Ryan Sidney have not gotten it going offensively for BC.
All right, Clark, let's go out to Dallas now and join Craig Bolerjack and Bob Wenzel.
College trailing Texas by 17. 44-27. It's been the Longhorns who've really spread the wealth. Thomas with 8 points, doing a great job. Bob rebounding. Erskine, 12 points. Mouton with 9. Harris off the bench, along with Freddie Williams combining for 9 points. Very slow start for Troy Bell, Ryan Sidney for Boston College. Though Bell has 10, there hasn't been much help.
No, there really hasn't. And the inside players, those first 3 guys you named, they're all inside players for Texas. They're getting baskets off this man's penetration, T.J. Ford, and also they are crashing the offensive boards and keeping it alive.
Oh, look at the dribble. Explosive. Puts it on his hip. Around and in. Oh, my. And that ends the first half. He went one-on-one with the junior Troy Bell, and the freshman exploded. Put the ball on his hip and got the layup.
And a smack in the face as well. TJ Ford, impressive.
46-27 at the half. Let's go courtside. Here's Brett.
All right, guys, thanks very much, Coach. You said job one for you would be containing their guard play. Bell and Sidney can be great, but your guys have contained them.
I thought Freddie Williams really made a difference for us when he came in the game. Really brought a lot of emotion, a lot of intensity, and but it was a pretty good performance by everybody.
Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
That ends the first half. Here in Dallas, Texas, leading Boston College 46-27. CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the NCAA Basketball Championship will continue after this message and a word from your local station.
The Saab 9-3. Exhilarating handling. Gripping traction control. And the addictive 205 horsepower turbo. Contact your Saab dealer for a test drive. Just don't get carried away. Right now, lease a Saab 9-3 SE 5-door starting at $269 a month for 36 months. For details, see your Saab dealer.
Into them.
Digital DJ. With the Intel Pentium 4 processor, the center of your digital world.
Thank you for calling American Express. This is Tara Hilton. How can I help you?
Talking to our card members, I just enjoy doing that.
I've been an American Express financial advisor for 13 years.
I get to know customers. I listen to them.
They can give you all the service that you need.
Thank you. We were able to make different travel arrangements.
Some small way, you were able to influence people's lives.
It helps take out some of the stress in their life.
Which is an amazing thing to be able to do.
Introducing Wendy's 4 new Garden Sensation salads with greener greens and more fresh vegetables than ever. Like our Mandarin chicken salad with everything from mandarin oranges and sliced almonds to sesame dressing. Spring mixed salad with grape tomatoes and pecans. Chicken BLT salad with hickory smoked bacon and honey mustard dressing. And our new Taco Supremo salad with salsa and sour cream. Wendy's 4 new Garden Sensations. We've raised the bar on salads.
They work hard, play hard, and die hard.
You got one chance, and if that doesn't work, well, enjoy the ride down.
The new series American Fighter Pilot launches March 29th.
We have 3 games at halftime and 1 in action in Pittsburgh, and we'll take you out there. Coming right up.
CBS Sports presents Singular at the Half, sponsored by Singular, the wireless company that supports self-expression nationwide.
Hi, everyone. Welcome, everyone, to Singular at the Half, and those of you joining us from your games in Dallas and in Chicago. In Pittsburgh, the one game that is in progress right now, Ole Miss and UCLA, the Bruins with a 51-30 lead, 12.5 minutes to play in the second half. Let's take you there live. Vern Lundquist and Bill Raftery.
12:32 to go in this one. UCLA in command. They had a stretch of 18 unanswered points to end the first half and begin the second. Kirkland goes to the bench for the Ole Miss Rebels. And Rico Hines, the 5th-year senior, will redshirt this. Rico with an injury, redshirted last year.
I'll tell you that, the way they've pressed and also their zone defense has been confusing, befuddling for Ole Miss. Everything around the horn, nobody going down. Inside, tough. Little kick, delivery, huh? Sanders stepping up.
Jumper good for David Sanders. Point game.
There you go. Zurich.
Into the corner. Back to Harrison. Long-range three-pointer. Goes for the steal. Got it with help.
A nice hustle by the little guy. He's really struggling with the deep shot, though, isn't he? Hasn't been able to get into a spot closer. Everything's been way out.
Harrison, in what might be his final game for Ole Miss, yet to find the basket. He's 0 for 7. 11 minutes, 33 seconds remaining. A formidable hill to climb for the Rebels of Ole Miss.
Come on, man. 23 triple-doubles last season alone. He's a monster in the block. He can hit the three. I mean, he's money come playoff time.
But he can't shoot a free throw. My grandmother could shoot a free throw better than him.
Well, I haven't seen your grandmother play, but I'm sure she's awesome. His critics call him cold, but I find this warm. I find it engaging.
I see that. It's more like a wheel of octopi.
Very unilateral. The play of dark and light is a classic, Dude, octopi?
Do you have any software experience at all?
No.
It's not really important. Welcome aboard. So it says here you haven't worked since 1982.
Yeah, so?
So I bet you're raring to go. You don't have any references at all.
I know, isn't that crazy?
Who's crazy? I'm crazy, you're crazy. Welcome aboard. Well, thanks for coming in. We'll let you know. I'm just kidding. Welcome aboard.
The new E-Trade. More of what you need to stay ahead in today's economy. E-Trade Financial.
Closer you get, the more extreme it gets. The most extreme V-twins on the planet. VTX from Honda.
Wednesday, after Survivor, 9 teams will have to run, fly, and make last-minute connections to win.
You missed the ferry by about 5 seconds.
The Amazing Race after Survivor, Wednesday.
51-32, UCLA up by 19 with 11:33 remaining. Ole Miss having difficulty finding the basket, 29%.
That's 6 for 24 from deep country. And usually that's a terrible sign because you're always back on your heels. I mean, you don't get anything at the foul line, don't get easy opportunities.
Well, they had a run late in the first half to climb back to the end of the game, and then a 7-0 run at the end of the half. Established supremacy for UCLA, and they've not relinquished it. Here's Gad Zurich.
He ran the lane, got himself there, just waited for the basketball. You know, it's funny, you make a couple of threes, all of a sudden you think you're playing better, and it isn't the consistency necessary.
A little trouble controlling the dribble. There's a 3 for Wade. Got it.
You know, it's amazing, Vern. The three-point line has hurt the game. More guys take it that can't and shouldn't.
Do you think extending the three-point line would make a significant difference?
I think it's something that they could think of because less guys will take it, and only the, coaches will start saying, you do not take this. Nice penetration. You mentioned Hines' play. Sat out, now back ready and solid.
Rico Hines got the shirt loose. He's going to be the victim of admonishment here.
Chastised.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness. 10-13 to go.
I don't know how they play in the shorts. I mean, Hines' shorts look like they're on his shoe tops.
So UCLA leading Ole Miss by 15 with 10 minutes to play in the second half, and the winner of this game moves on to play Cincinnati. One other score for you in Washington. They're underway in the second half, and the Terps of Maryland, the #1 seed in the East, leading Siena 52-38. We thank you for joining us here on Singular at the half. After a timeout, we'll send you back to Chicago for the second half of Georgia and Murray State.
CBS Sports presents Singular at the Half, sponsored by Singular, the wireless company that supports self-expression nationwide.
If you're going to do it right. That's brilliant.
The Masters on CBS.
Great
Rainbow Randolph is the king.
He once was rich. He once was famous. And he once was sane.
Casting the show with mental patients. I like that.
From the dark and demented mind of Danny DeVito, the director that brought you The War of the Roses and Throw Mama from the Train.
What's up?
Robin Williams, Edward Norton, Death to Smoochie. Rated R. Starts Friday, March 29th.
Have you noticed? You hear something new at fountains today. People who think young say, Pepsi, please.
The lively crowd today agrees. Those who think young say Pepsi, please. They pick the right one, the modern light one. Now it's Pepsi. Pepsi. For those who think young, the right one, the modern light one. Now it's Pepsi. For those who think young.
March is the time to turn your home wish list into a wish come true at the Home Depot. Come in now through March 31st and get no payments and no interest if paid by January 2003 on consumer credit card purchases of $299 or more for all your kitchen, appliance, bath, and flooring projects. So bring in your list and get no payments and no interest if paid by January 2003 now at the Home Depot.
Hey, what do you think of this new Pontiac? Check it out.
Okay. Come here.
Now, what kind of car is it?
I don't know, but he just told me to get in. Get in the driver's seat.
I am banging this.
Look at the stick, Dad. Look at it.
Got the little chrome, all chromed out.
Yeah, well,
We can fit, what, about 200-300 back here?
man, 1, 2, 3.
Wait a minute, look at the back
We
here.
even got. Let me go.
back there.
Meet the new Pontiac Vibe, official vehicle for the NCAA championships.
CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the NCAA Basketball Championship is sponsored by Mazda MPV, the Intel Pentium 4 processor, the United States Army, and by the Honda VTX.
At halftime, the Georgia Bulldogs with a 3-point cushion on the 14th-seeded Murray State Racers out of the Ohio Valley Conference. Moments ago, our Charles Davis with Sylvester Anderson.
Coach, you were 7 for 15 from three-point land in the first half. Also had 17 offensive rebounds. Similar type of offense in the second half.
What we need to do, we need to convert those offensive rebounds we're getting. We're getting the offensive glass pretty good. We're getting up too many defensive rebounds, and we're not putting those offensive rebounds back in the basket. We need to do a better job of that. Shoot our free throws better. They are 13 for 14 from the free throw line. We are 4 for 8. They kill us on the free throw line.
All right, Coach, thank you.
Thank you.
Sylvester Anderson will have to do something to deal with Jarvis Hayes, who had 11 points in the first half.
Here he is taking the ball to the glass for a three-point opportunity. Here he is snatching underneath, laying the ball in the hole. And here he is going up and under and scoring it as well. And on the other end of the court, Tim, he can guard anybody from a point guard to a center defensively.
And how about his brother, twin brother Jonas? The brothers Hayes have accounted for 21 points. The rest of the Dogs, 21. Jonas had 10 in the first half, so a very effective first half for his brother.
Well, Thomas and Daniels, however, only have 3 points between them. They need to step up their offensive production for Georgia.
And Jonas is starting for Daniels this half. He got hit with 3 fouls, you'll recall. Some foul difficulty for Chris Daniels. Thomas is also on the floor along with Wright, Ezra Williams, Jonas, and Jarvis Hayes. Nice steal and a quick outlet to Burdine. Boy, they are lightning quick, the Racers. The name really does apply.
Absolutely. Hayes going into traffic, gets stripped, and results in an easy basket for Murray State. Quick hands by the Murray State Racers.
Williams. Well, Burdine gambled and lost. Loose ball. Welchel tried to run it down and went out of bounds. Look at the numbers at the break. You heard Sylvester Anderson comment on getting to the free throw line. Certainly Murray State has been tough inside. It's not as if they haven't gone in and been aggressive. But I think the size of Georgia, they alter those shots even after you get the offensive rebound.
The Ohio Valley Conference does not have the shot blockers that the Southeastern Conference does. It is affecting Murray State when they get the ball in tight.
Hayes, Jarvis,
with 13, 44-41. Very quickly, Pichel gets it up the floor. Kevin Pichel has just the right name for a point guard in this program. Pichel loves to push, as does his teammates. His teammates really get up the floor as well. Oh, a flop. Burdine won't get it to fall. Hayes pulls it down. 9 rebounds for Jonas Hayes. Thomas.
Neither team converting easy baskets on the offensive rebounding part of the game.
Burdine for 3. You know, Eddie, I get the feeling Murray State is one of those teams that if you get them in a half-court game, their three-point shots don't go down. But once they get in transition, they shoot the ball much better.
Get better looks, Tim. The shots are not nearly as pressured in the open court as they are in the half-court offense.
Out of bounds. Last touch by the Racers.
Here's an example. They push it. They pitch it ahead across the court. Burdine gets his feet set, pulls up, and knocks it down.
Isn't it amazing the difference in a guy that shoots well off transition, but then off the bounce has difficulty in a half-court set? Hayes knocks that one down. He just won't stop. There's no answer for defending Jarvis Hayes.
That was an excellent pump fake. Again, up and under. Hard to stop that. If you don't go up for the fake, he just jumps up and shoots it initially.
Cuthbert Victor got out to such a quick start. Has been cool since. Gets that one to go. Using the glass beautifully.
And abusing Thomas, taking it to the goal. Thomas cannot slide his feet on the perimeter. He's a much better post defender.
A young man from St. Croix, the Virgin Islands, has 16. Dumped down to Jonas Hayes. Jump hook a little short. Pulled down by Singleton. Again, they come out blazing, just open a half. Murray State with Cuthbert Victor into the flow. They've taken a 2-point lead. Hayes rejected by Singleton, and he calls the timeout in midair.
Tim, I'd like to see that rule change. Seems to me when a guy jumps out of bounds, grabs the ball in midair, and takes a timeout, the rules committee needs to change this rule, in my opinion.
Introducing the Isuzu Axiom. It says sexy city styling. It has a V6 with 230 horses. Giddy up. Leather trim seats, smooth and supple. Plenty of cargo space, too. And America's longest and sexiest warranty. The Isuzu Axiom. You want one, don't you?
Now get 0% financing for up to 5 years or $3,000 cash back.
Introducing Wendy's 4 new garden sensation salads with greener greens and more fresh vegetables than ever. Like our Mandarin chicken salad with everything from mandarin oranges and sliced almonds to sesame dressing. Spring mixed salad with grape tomatoes and pecans. Chicken BLT salad with hickory smoked bacon and honey mustard dressing. And our new Taco Supremo salad with salsa and sour cream. Wendy's 4 new garden sensations. We've raised the bar on salads.
At Midas, all we think about is auto care. In fact, recently, I had an idea for a kids show, a way to get kids excited about our business. Wave hello to Mr. AC! Hi, Mr. AC! Mr. AC is very cold. The compressor pressurizes the... We're still tweaking it.
Midas, we do that.
Thanks for the lift.
You jumped out?
I jumped out of the moving truck.
You're kidding.
At that point, it was like my decision was made. I'm out of here.
Life is best told over a great tasting Miller Lite at a place called Miller Time.
Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
The dead are talking, and one man is listening.
He's looking for other boys to kill.
Ted Danson, Living with the Dead, CBS Sunday, April 28th.
Here's the lineup for tomorrow. Second round action. One that jumps out at me. You see Notre Dame Duke. 1 versus 8 seed there. But the one that jumps out at me is Missouri and Ohio State. Buckeyes survived, and Missouri really did the number on Miami. Defensively, Quinn Snyder's team perhaps played one of their better games.
Well, they underachieved during the year. I think Quinn Snyder would agree with that. Now that they're in the tournament, Tim, they're better than a 12 seed with their ability.
Kareem Rush, always fun to watch. Singleton, not there. Cleared by Daniels. Well, as evidence tonight, UCLA blowing out Ole Miss. A new life once you get to the second season. Ezra Williams in traffic is fouled.
Nice to have a 6'4" big guard that can offensive rebound with the body and the hands of an Ezra Williams.
Victor picks up the foul. That's his first team foul of this half. You talk about the travails of a young man. He had a very difficult season. He had to deal with adversity, losing his older brother Antoine, who was fatally shot in the leg. The bullet destroyed the main artery and ultimately cost him his life. He also lost his uncle, Big Buddy, called him to a heart attack. He wrote his name on the back of his shoes. Ezra Williams had to endure a great deal this year.
And Rashard Wright is now playing Burdine. He's done a very good job, although he's smaller than Jarvis Hayes. He can get up a little quicker into the body of Burdine and challenge his three-point shots.
Welchel, checked by Hayes. And Wright, that wingspan of his, getting in the way of that pass. Timeout, just over 4 minutes gone. The man they call T is looking for a B.
All the pickles, all the lettuce. Special on us now, you know they don't upset us. You can have it your way. You got it. We can serve your money from Whopper. Fresh with lettuce.
I gotta get a Whopper.
You got it.
All right, have it your way. Have it your way. Have it your way. BK, you got it.
The kids are fine. Why are you always so anxious?
Dad, you're always so tense. Are you mad at me?
Honey, you can't keep losing sleep. It makes you so irritable.
You worry constantly. Can't we have a relaxing dinner anymore?
Chronic anxiety can affect your relationships, your work, your life. If you're one of the millions of people who live with uncontrollable worry, anxiety, and several of these symptoms for 6 months or more, you could be suffering from generalized anxiety disorder, and a chemical imbalance could be to blame. Paxil, the most prescribed medication of its kind for generalized anxiety, works to correct this imbalance. Prescription Paxil is not for everyone. Tell your doctor what medicines you're taking. People taking MAOIs or thiaridazine should not take Paxil. Side effects may include decreased appetite, dry mouth, sweating, nausea, constipation, sexual side effects, tremor, fatigue, or sleepiness. With the help of Paxil, you can see someone you haven't seen in a while. Yourself.
Hey, I remember you.
Wednesday on a special night of Survivor. Don't miss the first 10 minutes when the castaways' lives are turned upside down. Really? All new Survivor, CBS Wednesday.
Welcome back to Chicago for this East Region first round NCAA tournament game. Murray State leading Georgia by 1. There's one very interested fan here on the Murray State side. It's Paul Patton, the governor of the Commonwealth of Kentucky. This is his 3rd basketball game in 2 nights. Yesterday, he was in the East Region in St. Louis, watching Kentucky beat Valparaiso, and also watching Western Kentucky lose to Stanford. Came over here today, rooting Murray State on tonight here in Chicago.
Well, I recall when John Y. Brown and his wife at the time, Phyllis George, you recall in 1984, I know you know where I'm going.
Yes, I did.
John Y. Brown and his wife, Phyllis George, were wearing the cardinal red and the blue of Kentucky in the Mid-East Regional Finals in Tennessee when those two finally met after that long period where the two schools would not play one another. Kentucky obviously got the win. Actually, Louisville got the win. It was the '83 Mid-East Regionals en route to Louisville's loss against Phi Slamma Jamma. That was the 1983 Mid-East Regional Finals. I'll never forget it because they had a red and blue outfit made, and they actually turned it from red to blue right in the middle of both outfits.
And you were looking at Phyllis for sure. That's no doubt about that now, Tim.
48-47. You watch a lot of games early on, and you remember such things.
You need to go on Jeopardy and Double Jeopardy, and the topic is sports, basketball, NCAA.
Burdine, not there. Pulled down by Jonas Hayes. I tell you, he's been tough on the glass. 10 rebounds for Jonas Hayes. Right for three. Well, they're 3 for 11 from the floor this half. This second half, much like the first, Eddie, Murray State comes out blazing, and then Georgia methodically gets back into the flow. Victor and Burdine, 35 between them, a 48 score. Jonas Hayes, another rebound. Rashard Wright lost the pass. And Burdine gets it back.
Nice defense by Jarvis Hayes. Came across and almost took the charge.
And Jarvis gets it done on the other end. That's a 2.
Best player in America, no one knows, Tim. Jarvis Hayes.
I agree with that. Isn't it amazing a team can be a 3 seed, and yet not many people are as aware of the talent on the floor. They may not be stars. I think in some cases in the game of basketball or collegiate basketball, we've become fragmented. And this young man will be a national star very soon.
Here he comes, crossing the lane, goes straight up, principle of verticality, no foul, and then he gets out on the wing. They pitch the ball ahead, squares his body, and bangs it home. He can do it all.
Antonio Henderson is back from.
You know, a lot of players there, Eddie, would have taken the step back to get the 3. And a lot of times it forces them to miss the momentum of the shot. Sometimes it's wise to just take the 2 in rhythm.
Absolutely. Those are shooting drills. You always want to take your shots that you do in shooting drills so you have the repetition. You got your repetition down. It's habit. It's a much easier shot to make.
Steve Thomas picks up the foul, his 3rd. So now Thomas and Daniels each with 3.
That's his 3rd, the team's 2nd.
Once again, Georgia, like Florida, always a 2-3 zone out of bounds underneath. Jim Herrick believes it's much easier to guard zone out of bounds plays than man-to-man out of bounds plays underneath the basket. But now, of course, they got to know where Burdine is in this 2-3 zone.
Victor double-teamed, finds the open Pichelle. Singleton stays with it. What an athletic play with Jarvis Hayes on his hip. 7 minutes gone, and it's still a 2-point game. Timeout, Georgia. Tell you, nice work by William Bush, the official. He had to dodge the leather and then get the TO. We'll be back.
Take all the time you want, folks. We'll take this one in red. Beautiful choice, sir. No, black. Black. That's actually my favorite color.
Red. Definitely red.
When software lets you quickly give customers what they want, that's 1 degree of separation. That's business with .NET from Microsoft.
52-50. Well, we talk about quick feet. How about the feet of William Bush? Hey.
Well, he could play for me. Look at the quick feet of the official William Bush right there as he stands in front of us and tries not to smile.
Mr. Bojangles can dance. Little nitty-gritty dirt band reference for William Bush.
They have to suit him up, Tim.
Well, I'm sure he played some hoops in his day. Hayes and Daniels both on the floor. There's Chris Daniels in traffic. Jarvis Hayes, again, the quality entry pass.
Assists, defense, jumpers, rebounds. What else can he do? Maybe he should sell popcorn here.
Michelle anticipated a move that was not there. Unforced error that time by Fischel. Hayes on the wing. That's a big three. Largest lead of the night for Georgia. 20 in the game for Jarvis Hayes. Henderson. A quick answer for Antonio Henderson. A young man that played in junior college at Atlanta Metro. You know this game is really meaningful for him. Playing against the big state school. Stepping into the passing lane there. That's a walk. 2 tough turnovers for Fischel. 11:43 remaining. Oh, he is classy. Jarvis.
At least his feet are comfortable. Wolverine DuraShocks with new compressor technology. The world's most comfortable boots. Guaranteed. Wolverine boots and shoes. They don't quit.
Brown makes me feel powerful. Brown lets me be everywhere all at once. Brown software connects me to my suppliers. It connects me to my customers. Brown brings me my raw materials. Brown delivers my finished goods. I trust Brown. Other colors may be cute, but they don't call you back.
Making business more efficient. What can Brown do for you?
I'm always thinking something terrible is going to happen. I can't handle it.
You know, your worst fears, the what ifs, and I can't control it, and I'm always worrying about everything.
It's like a tape in my mind. It just goes over and over and over. I just thought that I was a worrier.
It's like I never get a chance to relax. At work, I'm tense about stuff at home. At home, I'm tense about stuff at work.
If you're one of the millions of people who live with uncontrollable worry, anxiety, and several of these symptoms for 6 months or more, you could be suffering from generalized anxiety disorder, and a chemical imbalance could be to blame. Paxil works to correct this imbalance to relieve anxiety. Prescription Paxil is not for everyone. Tell your doctor what medicines you're taking. People taking MAOIs or thiouridazine should not take Paxil. Side effects may include decreased appetite, dry mouth, sweating, nausea, constipation, sexual side effects, tremor, fatigue, or sleepiness. Paxil is non-habit forming. I'm not bogged down by worry anymore. I feel like me again. I feel like myself.
He was one of JAG's top lawyers, but a series of losses could jeopardize Harm's career. Maybe it's time to take a little break. Don't miss JAG, CBS Tuesday.
Tonight's first round in Chicago was highlighted by the play of the Salukis getting their 27th win. And from Kent Williams to Roland Roberts and Dearman, they were a high-wire act, giving Bob Knight a very rude awakening as he made an entry back into the NCAA tournament. I know you spoke with him afterwards, and he had nothing but respect for that play of Southern Illinois tonight. And they await the winner of the Georgia-Murray State game, which is still in serious doubt. 57-53 our score. That's the Eastern Regional here in Chicago. North Carolina State and Connecticut have advanced. The lower half of the bracket. 4-point game here. Tim Brando, Eddie Fogler, Charles Davis. Boy, what an entertaining day and night it has been here at the United Center.
Murray State in a 2-3 zone out of the timeout. Georgia 31% from 3, but Jarvis Hayes lighting it up.
Yeah. 60-53.
Tim, he makes it look so easy. He hardly breathes hard in an up-and-down tempo game. A superior athlete.
10 for 17 from the floor is Hayes. And at no point have you gotten the feeling that Murray State could stay with him. Singleton took the extra step.
The 2-3 zone of Murray State leaves Jarvis Hayes wide open in the right corner. He squares his feet just like a shooting drill. Bottom.
It's a critical time now for Murray State. Down by 7, pulling the largest lead for Georgia. They need a stop. In traffic, they get it. Welchel with the rebound, clears to Burdine. And when Murray State has made their run, Burdine has been behind it. He, along with Cuthbert Victor, the mini runs and long runs for Murray State they've been involved in. Steal by Dean, and the freshman loses it, but it went off the foot of Antonio Henderson.
Ball stays with Georgia.
Georgia will have it.
4-on-1 break, can't convert, although they do retain possession. Murray State back to the man-to-man. They stayed in that zone. One possession, but Hayes bottom the three. Back to the pressure man.
14 seed trying to pull yet another surprise against the number 3 seed. Dean, a jump stop, and he's fouled. Cuthbert Victor coming over to give help from the weak side. A foul spotted against James Singleton. That's his third.
Third personal, second team foul. For Georgia, Mike Dean, 2 shots.
Dean just really getting into shape. He missed the first semester with academic woes. They really need his added depth in the backcourt to give Rashard Wright a bit of a break.
Number 1.
Rashard Wright is expending tremendous energy guarding Burdine as well on the defensive end of the court. I look for Jim Harrick to give him a break right before a timeout.
Georgia equaling their largest lead, now their largest on the putback by Daniels. Georgia with 21 points off turnovers, extending their lead to 9 at the 10-minute mark of the second half. Murray State scorched the Nets from 3-point range and a 14-point lead in the opening half. Singleton got away from Jonas Hayes on the low block. Singleton now has 14 double-doubles on the season.
He's now becoming the go-to guy, not Burdine. Burdine is being locked up by Wright, so they're going to inside to Singleton against Jonas Hayes.
Now, Georgia's gotten Murray State out of that zone, Eddie. Hayes.
Georgia's lead is 9 as they come up on 9 minutes to play in the second half in this first round game in the East. Meanwhile, in Dallas at the American Airlines Center, the Longhorns of Texas leading Boston College 53-45, 11:50 to play in the second half. We go to Dallas. Craig Bolerjack and Bob Wenzel.
Back in Dallas, Texas leading Boston College 53-45. In the first half, it was 21. At halftime, it was 19. But Boston College continuing, Bob, to claw back. Troy Bell has caught fire, 21 points. Ryan Sidney struggling all night. They've switched him off to the point so Bell can work himself free for more shots.
Absolutely. If Bell doesn't have to handle the ball as much, he's able to run off screens and get a little bit more open looks. Freddie Williams fouls Bell now.
Try to hold him up, but has made his cut to the corner.
This has been very admirable on the part of the Eagles. They were down, looked like they were out. Right here, Freddie Williams guarding Bell away from the ball. He can't do that. He was trying to prevent him from coming off the screen. Freddie's defense in the first half was great. Look at how he makes it difficult to catch the basketball. Can you imagine if his knee was 100%?
Bell launches short. Did not even hit iron.
Now that kind of thing is what happened in the first half. Bell unhappy about the shot. He was defended well. He took the challenge. Al Skinner saying he got hit on the wrist, but not so. They need to work for a little bit better shot like they did in the last several possessions.
Under 11.5 to go for the freshman. Controlling the tempo, Williams.
Interesting matchup. Walls guarding Ford, a long 6'7" player. They'll probably play off him, give him a little space, and try to challenge his shot.
Texas right now trying to burn some clock. They work the shot clock down to 10. TJ Ford quick.
What a pass.
Gives it back and way short. They save it right to Dornicamp.
That was vision right there. Oh, talk about a guy who can see the entire floor.
Sidney has it for Boston College. Agbai trying to mud up on the
mud wrestling on the inside with Agbai and Erskine.
Jump shot a little bit strong. Loose ball. Bell in the lane. Puts it back up. The bounce wouldn't go. Camp with the tip. Back the other way. Quick as a cat. Well, he was sideways.
I thought he was going to fall down. He was so close to the floor, maintained his balance.
11 for T.J. Ford. 55-47 Longhorns.
Crowd comes alive every time T.J. Ford gets his hands on the basketball and does something. Ford guarding the taller walls.
Agbai able to wrestle the ball away in the corner. Dornkamp calls for it. 6 on the shot. Sidney runs it up in the traffic. Boy, he's had trouble all night. Sidney now.
A player is down. Thomas, the center for Texas, took a hit in the face and went down. The official rightly stopped the play. In a situation like that, if it's a fast break, he would let the play go until the end of it. But since Texas had the basketball, concerned about the health of James Thomas.
We look at it again. Ooh.
I think he got hit in the lower area by a knee.
8 points, 8 rebounds. Right there. Yeah. Right around the waist high.
A little lower than the waist. That will knock the wind out of you for a while. They said, how are you? He shakes his head fine. Boddicker replaces him, and when that happens, the outside shooting is a little bit better, but the action around the goal is not. Boddicker not near the rebounder of Thomas. Opportunity for Boston College to go to the offensive boards a little bit more.
Ford turns on the Jets. As he launched for the jumper, he was fouled.
You know, he loves penetrating toward the middle of the floor, and that's what Texas does. They spread the 4 players out. Might be advisable for Boston College to kind of play him on the side and force him to the side of the floor. His options multiply when he gets to the middle.
Kenny Walls whistle for the foul, his second. And Ford calmly knocks down the first of 2.
Other freshman point guards in the tournament. Chris Thomas of Notre Dame, his team advancing. And Alabama, Maurice Williams, their point guard. Both of them leading their squads to victories in the first round.
Irish and Tide moving on. 13 now for TJ. The lead is back to 10.
Irish get Duke. Mike Gray, former Duke assistant, the head coach of Notre Dame.
Well, I tell you, Dornkamp, I thought walked.
Yeah, so did the rest of the people in here, I think. Bell's got to start working like he was working before, off the basketball with hard cuts.
Agbai against Boddicker at the free throw line. They leave it to Walls. Still having trouble. Walls with just a 3 in this half, 8 on the game.
You got to give Rick Barnes' team credit. Al Skinner's team came out at halftime really hot, really got themselves back in the game. Barnes called a timeout, got his guys more motivated, and their defense has been more solid since.
Ford to Boddicker, up top Williams. Erskine sets the screen, under 9 minutes left.
Fell on Ford.
Boddicker head fake, pulls up, jumper, around the rim and out. Boston College, Agbai has it. Leaves it nicely to Sidney on the drive. Contact as he went to the hole.
That's the first aggressive move that Ryan has made in the second half, going to the basket. He draws the foul, gets his chance at the free throw line. Right here, a little hesitation. See how he gets lower? And clearly, TJ bumping into him on the move. Sidney only shoots 50% from the foul line.
Ford having a conversation with Rick Barnes after his 3rd personal foul.
Well, it will be interesting to see whether he plays well with fouls. You know, averages 14, zip tonight. Still zip, an air ball.
Man, 0 for 5 from the floor.
Well, Ryan Sidney gives them a lot. Certainly intangibles, aggressiveness, toughness, but his offense has left him this evening.
Well, Al Skinner told us when it does happen, when the offense goes away, he still does so many things that contributes to Boston College. He may have to do a lot here if they want to pull out a win against Texas. 10-point game with 8.5 to go. Williams spinning, hanging and hit. Tough
shot for Freddie. Bell was right on him, and he made a difficult one. You are right.
Well, they put pressure on Bell. Sidney drives, lost the handle, picks it up, still can't get it. Underneath, Agbai.
Well, Agbai is a hard-working player. He's got a couple of baskets tonight on those kinds of plays. Williams in, Ford out. When you have two very, very good point guards like Texas has that have that quickness and toughness also, they can play at full speed whenever they're in.
Williams rolled it to Thomas. Loose ball picked up. Texas in the floater. Goes down for Ivy, who's been quiet. He had a bucket early. 4 points in the lead now at 12. 61-49.
That was typical of Texas play in the first half on the offensive boards.
Bell quickly with the three, and it goes back again to Skinner. Not the classic shot you want at that moment.
Freddie Williams got laid on by Dornekamp. I think he's hurting a little bit. Ford at the table, ready to come in. Fatigue a factor in the game. Barnes is making it that way by frequent substitutions. BC not as deep.
Mouton comes around to help Freddie Williams.
Freddie's tired right now.
Yeah, he is. He's got that brace on the left knee. He's been dragging it around the last couple of possessions from the corner. A little strong. We lead it to Bell on the break. Up and barely in. You know, he felt the presence of Freddie Williams.
He sure did. And of course, Bell never comes out of a game, so he's feeling the fatigue also. A timeout is welcome to everybody at this moment.
The engines are running dry for Williams as he spins a 10-point game in Dallas.
One way, all the way. London, Paris, Frankfurt, Germany, Shanghai, Beijing, Hong Kong, completely around the world. Get off, do what you want to do, get back on board, and continue. You should come along with us and see. My name is Lester Latham. I'm a Boeing 747-400 pilot for United Airlines.
And welcome back to Dallas, Texas, with a 10-point lead on Boston College, led by 19 at the half, 21 at one point. And Boston College behind the shooting of Troy Bell and some putbacks by Yuka Agbai. They pulled it within 10.
They've gotten back in it, but Rick Barnes has wisely substituted. And in the late stages of this game, his players will be fresh. Al Skinner does not have the luxury to substitute as much, so his players are going to be fatigued at the most important juncture of the game.
Good point. 10-man rotation for Texas when it's called for by Rick Barnes. Al Skinner basically 7, sometimes 8. There's the steal. Agbai.
Nice judgment.
And let some help come by. Bell dribble, drives, baseline, the floater. Bell with 25. Has taken this game over for Boston College.
Well, Agbai made that play by getting the steal and wisely holding the ball up. Bell's got to work at the defensive end here too, though. He's guarding TJ Ford. He can't just let up. Bell with his hands on his knees, definitely feeling tired.
Dornekamp on the
Troy Bell tying his shoes right here. That is definitely a sign of fatigue. Degree of difficulty on a 10 scale.
One way, all the way. London, Paris, Frankfurt, Germany, Shanghai, Beijing, Hong Kong, completely around the world. Get off, do what you want to do, get back on board, and continue. You should come along with us and see. My name is Lester Latham. I'm a Boeing 747-400 pilot for United Airlines.
Think of e-business as a game. You got players, you got management. You got opponents who don't always play by the rules. This game takes strategy. and the ability to move that metaphorical ball that is information with more money on the line than in any other game that's ever been played. E-business isn't just a game, it's the game. So if you're going to play, play to win.
I wonder how many of them are ready for the day when they head home for retirement. If they're TD Waterhouse customers, chances are they're prepared. Because TD Waterhouse has an online retirement planner along with retirement specialists at all their branches. It's time you checked in with TD Waterhouse before you head home for work and close shop for good.
Open an IRA and get a 1-year subscription to Money Magazine. TD Waterhouse, you're in control.
It's March Madness. Sweet 16, Elite 8, the Final Four. And what will you see on the courts? Nothing. Those who lose get nothing. Those who win, nothing. Because everyone on the court is drinking Aquafina. The numbers do not lie. Zip, zero, nothing. Only Aquafina makes nothing this pure and refreshing. Now that's a sixth man. Aquafina riding the pine is the official water for the NCAA championships.
Wednesday, after Survivor, 9 teams will have to run, fly, and make last-minute connections to win.
You missed the ferry by about 5 seconds.
The amazing race after Survivor, Wednesday.
It's Greg Gumbel in New York. Texas leading Boston College 61-53. We'll bring you back to Dallas in just a bit. But first, let's let you listen into what's happening in Chicago. Georgia and Murray State. We join Tim Brando and Eddie Fogel.
Cuthbert Victor nails yet another tray. And this is now a 5-point game, 73-68. 73-68. And the answer from Hayes.
It's nice to have that in your arsenal, to have that answer, because he can answer all night long.
Verdine over right. Loose ball. Quick outlet. Nice work down there by Antonio Henderson.
Plenty of time left for Murray State. Poise and patience. They got to score on this trip.
Under 3 minutes remaining. 7-point game. Every time they've needed a basket, Eddie, they've come up with it. And a steal. Daniels taking it away from Henderson. Yes, and a foul. A very big play by big Chris Daniels. Sophomore from Albany, Georgia, and Monroe High School.
Chris Daniels has ball handling skills like a point guard at 6'7". Look at him put it down, go to his left hand, and on the left side of the basket completes with the left hand. And look at the bench celebrating. Big, big play for the Georgia Bulldogs.
Well, this team is finally getting together. Most of the year, because of injuries and or disciplinary action, they've not been able to get their entire team together. Maybe they're getting together at just the right time.
So in that little spurt, Murray State may have seen its chances go by the board. They trail by 10, 2:44 left to play in the second half. Let's take you back to Dallas. Texas with a 63-55 lead on the BC Eagles to rejoin Craig Bolerjack and Bob Winslow.
Fort 21 and counting, 63-55. Texas on top of Boston College. They owned a 19-point lead at the half. 21 at one point. And BC refuses to go away. Dornekamp, the 7-footer, had a good look off the iron. Here comes TJ Ford pushing tempo for Texas. Mouton back to Ford.
Craig, the only problem for Boston College right now is they are fatigued. Troy Bell wants to call a timeout just to get some rest. The frequent substitutions of Texas has really helped.
With a loose ball fed inside, bounced around Dornekamp. Angry he could not gather in the loose basketball. 12 on the shot for Texas.
Look at Troy Bell. He is really, really tired here.
Ford slides, lost his footing.
The junior All-American helping the freshman All-American.
How about that? Timeout. Buckle up. 3:35 remaining. And Boston College clawing back.
Take all the time you want, folks. We'll take this one in red. Beautiful choice, sir. No, black. Black. That's actually my favorite color.
Red. Definitely red.
When software lets you quickly give customers what they want, that's one degree of separation. That's business with .NET from Microsoft.
Getting pumped before your next meeting? I like that strategy, but that game face could use a little work. You have to go for everything. That gives you an advantage over the competition. Thanks. Good job.
Want to be on top of your game? Count on Marriott for everything from business services to room service.
Grinch up that nose. You just gotta feel the face. You just gotta feel it.
Make 3 stays and earn 2 free nights. Call 1-888-MARRIOTT today. Marriott Hotels, Resorts, and Suites. Your Marriott awaits.
I chose Fidelity's Power Street because they have some of the hottest technology.
I can't believe he said that. He chose it because it's from Fidelity Investments.
I like the excitement of online trading.
He likes the security of knowing someone's behind him.
If I'm going to build a portfolio, I need a stock screener, complete view, and map of the market.
If he's going to build a portfolio, he's going to do it with the people who built 1 or 2 themselves.
To invest, call, click, or visit Fidelity.
I love you too.
Rainbow Randolph is the king.
He once was rich. He once was famous. And he once was sane.
Casting the show with mental patients. I like that.
From the dark and demented mind of Danny DeVito, the director that brought you The War of the Roses and Throw Mama from the Train.
What's up?
Robin Williams, Edward Norton, Death to Smoochie. Rated R. Starts Friday, March 29th.
Texas holding on to an 8-point lead over Boston College here in Dallas. 3:35 left. CBS Sports Line stat of the game. Field goals this half. BC 11 of 25. Longhorns struggling 7 of 20. To get complete tournament coverage at CBSSportsLine.com. Enter America Online keyword CBS Sports Line.
Well, Rick Barnes has substituted a great deal, and right now he's got what he thinks is his best team in the game. Ford and Williams in at the same time. Williams, the best defender on Bell.
Sidney still scoreless, 0 for 8 from the floor.
He's mostly a handler in this case. Walls and Bell, the guys who are going to take the shots here.
Bell calls for it. Agbai has it. 17 on the shot. Bell, floater, off the window. Offensive. We're going to come back the other way.
Well, Bell took an off-balance shot right there. Good sportsmanship on the part of Williams, who was guarding him. Right here, he wants to go one-on-one. He leans in. Might have been better off if he'd just gone up straight.
Yeah.
But the lean in got him the charge. Hard played game by both teams.
Third foul on Bell. The winner of this game will play Mississippi State, who knocked off McNeese State by 12. 70-58. Mario Austin had 25 points and 9 rebounds.
He was a bull inside, and they went with a small lineup so that they could pressure and defend against McNeese State's quickness, and it worked wonders.
2:45 to go. Ford and the whistle.
Number 2, Troy Bell is fourth.
Bell picks up the foul. Bob, that's 4 on Troy Bell.
Well, he's going to stay in the game even with the 4 fouls. There's no point in taking him out right now. If you're Boston College, this is good. You can get timeouts and get rest. This is also good. When you foul somebody, they're not going to shoot 1-and-1. Texas, of course, still in the lead, in control.
Texas with the possession arrow, which could play a factor. Ford with the free throw. Now 4 of 5 from the line.
He is a very impressive player. The accolades he's received, I can see why he has earned them. A mature freshman, as you've described him.
This is the second. And he's taken all those accolades as you've spoken about, I mean, in stride. I mean, they're very calm, mature. You keep using that word, but when you're a freshman, that's what you have to go with.
I think it's impressive to us because we watch him and we don't think freshmen are going to be that way. But most of them are.
Dornicamp, 17 on the shot. Weaving, Sidney. Ball rejected. And somehow that one ends up in the hands of T.J. Ford. And the troubles continue for Ryan Sidney.
Well, right now, they should be using some clock right here. They got one of the best guys in the country to make something happen at the end of the clock. So very good strategy on the part of Rick Barnes and the Longhorns. Williams and Ford can create near the end of the shot clock.
Under 2 minutes. 64-55 Texas. The winner moves on. The loser goes home. .148 remaining in Dallas, Texas, and Boston College, the 6th seed in the Midwest, against the 11th seed. Boston College again down 19 at the half. And they have tried to whittle away, but each time, Bob, Texas has had an answer.
Well, they really have, and in the presence of this young man right here, TJ Ford, he's had the answers in terms of his passing, and Texas much more depth. Rick Barnes has used his bench very well, and that has been the answer for him. Troy Bell got Boston College back into the game, but he exerted himself so much that he doesn't have any gas left at the end.
15 points and make it 16 for the freshman from Houston. The lead back to 11 for the Longhorns. 1:45 left. Bell, who's had a terrific second half of play, gives it off to Dornicamp, with a big fella with the right hand off the window.
Still life left in the Eagles right here. Use of shot clock by Texas. Boston College does not want to foul yet. Well, they do. I think Al Skinner wants to take his chances on missed free throws, although TJ Ford pretty good at 76% from there.
Well, tomorrow here on CBS, it's a quadruple header, and the national game of the day will be Notre Dame taking on Duke. Missouri, Ohio State. And the late 2 windows, Tulsa and Kentucky. Interesting game that's going to be, Bob. And then how about the late one in the Midwest? The 8th seed Stanford Cardinal against #1 Kansas.
Kansas struggled against Holy Cross, and Stanford with Chris Borchardt. He is big enough to battle Drew Gooden and Collison inside. I think that's going to be a good game.
The lead back to 11 for Texas. 18 points for TJ Ford. The 3 around the rim and out. .109 left here in Dallas. Texas on top of Boston College, 68-57, and a quick foul on Ford as Boston College now has to reach in and force the free throws.
That's the only thing they can do at this juncture of the game. They gave a valiant effort in this game. They were down big, came back strong. Troy Bell, 27 points in that effort. And oddly enough, Ryan Sidney, his normal, consistent backcourt mate, 0 points. Normally averages 14.
8 of 11 for Ford as he misses. Now Sidney works it up under a minute left.
Texas, a young team, lost their star player, Chris Owens, early in the year. They've responded well, and the freshman TJ Ford has been the leader.
Walls fouled, or Ford again fouled.
There is Chris Owens, tore up his knee in the loss to Utah out there. All Southeastern Conference player, forward, expected to be the leader. And TJ Ford comes in and takes over this team as a freshman. And the people in Austin absolutely love this young man. Plays with a smile on his face.
Sure does. 5'10", 165-pounder. As we mentioned before, it's speed, but controlled speed. 19 for TJ. National Freshman of the Year. He averaged just over 10.5 points a game, 4 rebounds, 8.5 assists.
Leads the nation, and tonight 19 points.
Make it 20.
And he will be matched up against the tough defense of Derek Zimmerman from Mississippi State, who at 6'4", probably as quick as Ford.
Walls, the putback, wouldn't go. Touched and tipped. Here comes TJ. 2-on-1. Slows it down. And the smart move, the clock runs. About a half a second between shot and game clock.
I don't think Boston College is going to do anything here. They're going to just let it run out. Valiant effort on the part of the Eagles. Texas very, very impressive in what is nearly a home court advantage. They will get Mississippi State on Sunday.
Moving
SEC versus Big 12.
Yeah, moving on to round 2. Texas jumps to 21-11. Boston College will finish out at 20-12. And the buzzer sounds in Dallas. And the two coaches, Al Skinner and Rick Barnes, shake hands at midcourt. 70-57, caps off 4 games here in Dallas. Well, Texas, Mississippi State here Sunday in Dallas, Texas. And the Chevrolet most valuable players of the game. And from Boston College, Troy Bell, terrific second half, 27 points, 10 of 21. TJ Ford led the attack for Texas. He had 27 assists and 5 of 10 from the floor. 70-57. Greg Gumbel will join you after this commercial break. 70-57, Texas over Boston College.
This is a new Pontiac Vibe. What do you think of it? It just stands out, yeah. Yeah, dude, it's not it. A little chrome, all chrome now. What do you like about the Vibe?
There's a party in it.
The new Pontiac Vibe, all the way to the NCAA Men's Final Four with CBS Sports.
As my friend Sergio from Rio says.
Excuse me, did you say Sergio? From Rio.
Yes?
Your darkish, lightish hair? About this high? Heavy set, thin guy?
You know Sergio?
Yeah.
Come join us! Wait. Let's go see Sergio.
Smirnoff Ice Premium Malt Beverage. Drink responsibly.
I thought dating again would be tough.
He's cute. Is he younger than me?
Maybe getting rid of my gray hair was just what I needed.
Just for men. More than a hair color, it's a hair rejuvenator. Gray hair is shampooed away in 5 easy minutes. Vitamin Enriched Just for Men brings back a thicker, healthier, natural look.
I wonder how I did tonight.
Would you like to come in?
Just for Men, the Rejuvenator.
Hey, where are you off to? Some conference in Cleveland.
Oh, yeah, who with?
With Cooper. Cooper.
Who's naughty on this plane?
This guy.
How much do you make?
Drink. Because it's not as much as I make, I'll tell you that much right now.
Sort by shortest flights. Another way Expedia makes it easy to find the trip you're looking for.
Expedia.com.
What happened?
I thought he said a potato was coming.
Tornado? Why would I say a potato was coming?
Jack, were you on a cell phone?
Yeah.
It's the cellular static. Here, Sprint PCS built the largest all-digital, all-PCS nationwide network, so you won't have any of these misunderstandings.
Bullet. Come here.
Looks like things are clearing up already.
4,000 minutes for $39.99 from Sprint PCS.
We remind you, coming up after your late local news, stay tuned for the Emmy Award-winning Late Show with David Letterman. Tonight, New England Patriots star Adam Vinatieri kicks footballs off the roof of the Ed Sullivan Theater to a surprise receiver, and Dave goes into the audience for Who Asked For It. That's tonight on Dave. Welcome back to our studios, everyone. Along with Clark Kellogg, I'm Greg Gumbel. Not a bad night of hoops, huh? Let's take a look at the late game finals. Boston College and Texas. That one went to the Longhorns, 70-57. They will move on to play Mississippi State. In Chicago, Georgia, a winner over Murray State, 85-68. And they go on to play Southern Illinois. In Pittsburgh, the UCLA Bruins, impressive in a win over number 9 seed Ole Miss, 80-58. The Bruins will play Cincinnati. And in Washington, D.C., the top seed, Maryland Terrapins, knocked off a stubborn Siena squad 85-70, and they will play Wisconsin. After the game, our Bonnie Bernstein had a chance to talk with Maryland's Juan Dixon and Coach Gary Williams.
Okay, the Terps a 15-point win over Siena, but Gary, I got the feeling watching you on the sideline that you weren't particularly happy.
I was happy with the win. We have certain expectations with our team, and you know, we have to play up to it, that's all. So that's my job to try to get them to play to that level.
Juan Dixon with his 29 points is just 6 points shy now of breaking Maryland's all-time scoring record. Was it just one of those days when you just had your rhythm?
Yeah, I shot the ball well today. I wanted to come into the game and be aggressive, and I was aggressive for the time that I was out there. And I just wanted to set the tone. We had a meeting last night, and guys need to get focused for these next 6 games, hopefully.
Next up, Gary, is Wisconsin. They're a bunch of good ball handlers. A little more up-tempo than those Badgers offenses we were used to.
Yeah, Bo Ryan's done a great job. They're playing a little up-tempo, but they still do a great job of screening in their offense, looking for the open threes, and then they surprise you because they're a pretty good post-up team to go along with that. But, you know, it's going to be a tough game. They're certainly going to try to play their style, and we'll try to play ours.
Juan Dixon had 29 points. The Terps improved to 27-4, 85-70 over Siena. Earlier this evening in Chicago, Southern Illinois beat Texas Tech by a score of 76-68. SIU's Marcus Belcher feeding Jermaine Dearman for the layup, and Southern Illinois was up by 11 early.
They would maintain a 13-point lead even after this Will Chavis layup. 53-40, Southern Illinois.
SIU just had too much for Bob Knight and the Red Raiders, though. Jermaine Dearman underneath for the bucket and the foul after the game. Here's Coach Knight on his team's first-round loss to SIU.
You're always disappointed when you don't think you've played as well as you can play. I made a comment at the half that what has impressed me the most has been how hard that Southern Illinois played. They're very well coached. They outplayed us. They were tougher than we were, and they just outplayed us. I mean, the deserving team won the game.
SIU won it. Give Bob Knight and the Red Raiders their due. 9-19 a year ago. They finished this season with a 23-9 record. Best game of the day was a double overtime game between Creighton and Florida, and we'll tell you all about that one when we come back right after this.
She wore white? She puts her past behind her. But you're missing the point of the story. The groom's father-in-law hires him to run the mismanaged shipping department of the family business. No honeymoon? A week and a while. That's nice. Not bad, but keep up. The kid turns to FedEx Ground. They give him affordable nationwide B2B delivery with a money-back guarantee. And he gives Daddy Dearest a high-quality, low-cost lesson in who's the boss. Who is the boss? The kid. The kid is now the boss? The kid is now the boss. That's the story? That's it.
Betty! You made it to the reunion!
It's Jane.
Close enough. So what do you got there?
Well, it's a Kia Spectra. It's like your Toyota Corolla, except that it came standard with power windows and locks, a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, and my Spectra was $2,700 less than yours.
Oh, yeah? Well, I took Buff Johnson to the prom.
You mean that, Buff Johnson?
Right now, get the Kia Spectra for $2,700 less than the Toyota Corolla.
There's a song I want to sing. There's a bell I want to ring. I like to have this feeling everywhere I go. See, I've got the perfect plan, and I can tell you understand. Every place that I go, it's easier with you.
Earlier today in Chicago at the United Center, Creighton and Florida went double overtime before the Blue Jays prevailed 83-82. We'll pick up the action late in the game. Florida's Brett Nelson feeding Udonis Haslam underneath for the dunk. Florida led by 7. From here on out, Terrell Taylor took over for Creighton. He cuts Florida's lead to 3. And here's Tim Brando with more of the Terrell Taylor show.
Off the pick. Taylor for the win. Got
I thought there was stoppage of play because what happened was by them running on the floor, the reason I felt there should have been a technical foul, I thought that we could have taken the basketball out and thrown the ball long, and, you know, obviously we had to tip it in, but their defense wasn't set, and for them to stop play and then to allow Creighton to regroup its defense, that's where I thought it was unfair. The officials make a comment to me, and this is one thing I don't like, and I don't believe it happened. He said that the only players that were running on the floor were guys that were in the game, and that's not true.
The rule is really clear that if the players come on the court in a situation like that and interfere with a play that's going on, then a technical foul could be called. But obviously in that situation, there was no interference of play.
And as Hank Nichols explained it, there is no interference because Florida's players basically gave up on the play.
Exactly. They figured it was over. They thought the game was over, and because they didn't act to get the ball in immediately, there was no interference, and it was the right decision by the officials.
Incidentally, tomorrow as we hit the air at noon Eastern Time on the road to the Final Four, we will talk with Coach Donovan. We'll also talk with Terrell Taylor. Tomorrow night or later this evening here on the East Coast, top seed Kansas plays Stanford in second-round action in the Midwest bracket, but the Jayhawks may be without the services of all Big 12 guard Kirk Heinrich. Near the end of the first half of last night's victory over Holy Cross, Heinrich sprained his left ankle. He received treatment all night long and appeared at practice today with a protective air cast, but without crutches. Coach Roy Williams says he will only play Heinrich if he's at least 95% ready. Otherwise, freshman Keith Langford will get his first career start. We will wrap things up on day 2 of this NCAA men's basketball tournament right after this.
Why do I rent from Enterprise? For more cargo room, more people room, or more headroom. Enterprise. So easy, it's like having a second car. Or third.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
You wanted to see me?
Did you cook my steak?
Yeah.
You are
Awesome!
For a great steak,
Would you sign my belly?
head to Applebee's Steak Stampede. Eating good in the neighborhood.
There's a song I want to sing. There's a bell I want to ring. Every place that I go, it's easier with you. I am free to express myself. Around the world and on Main Street. I am free to live my dreams.
There I am. I can't hear a thing. I'm trying to talk to somebody, and voila, it's a conversation bubble.
That's a winner. That's a surefire winner.
When CZB Industries created the Convo Pub, they brought the Kinko's Network team in-house, giving them the technology and people to illuminate the idea and reach growing global markets. And when the phenomenon exploded, Kinko's grew with them. Introducing the Kinko's Network. If it could help a company like this succeed, imagine what it could do for yours.
After the all-new Chevy Trailblazer, everything else just seems kind of weak. The 270 horsepower Chevy Trailblazer, like a rock.
We remind you once again, after your late local news, it's The Late Show with David Letterman coming your way still this evening. And here's what's happening tomorrow. We hit the air at noon Eastern Time with the road to the Final Four. And then second round coverage begins in the South. Number 8, Notre Dame. The Fighting Irish take on the top seed in the South, the Duke Blue Devils. Game 2s hit about 3:20. Missouri and Ohio State in the West. Kent State and Alabama in the South. About 5:30 tomorrow evening, Wake Forest and number 2 seed Oregon in the Midwest. Tulsa and Kentucky in the East. Wyoming and Arizona in the West. And then we'll wrap things up at close to 8 o'clock tomorrow evening. UNC Wilmington against Indiana. Stanford against Kansas. A couple of notes. Let's remember, this is the first time ever 3 number 12s have advanced into the second round. And for whatever it's worth, the Pac-10 is 5-1, the ACC is 4-0, and the Big Ten is 4-1.
Throughout all the seed numbers now, these matchups we have tomorrow and Sunday are really competitive matchups. I can't wait to get started again in, what, about 9-10 hours?
No one's throwing out all the seed numbers, Clark. We will see you at noon Eastern Time tomorrow. We thank you for joining us all day long on another terrific day of the NCAA tournament. For Clark and for all of us here at CBS Sports, I'm Greg Gumbel. See you tomorrow.
If you could peer into the soul of the newest Mazda, what would you see?
Zoom, zoom, zoom. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Yeah, zoom, zoom, zoom.
Mazda MPV. Body of a minivan, soul of a sports car.
Don't miss the first 10 minutes on a special night of Survivor, CBS Wednesday.
March Madness is addictive to basketball fans. We'll tell you how it's spreading to the dentist's office. Find out if people in Illinois are getting the message about the dangers of secondhand smoke.
The Chicago Bears, a champagne bride, and an Urbana hotel. I'm Jennifer Hendricks. I'll tell you why the three don't mix next on 3 News at 10.
I remember when we flew into Serbia. There were 3 U.S. soldiers being held captive. I spoke the language and was part of a team that helped win their freedom. The lesson I learned, never accept what's wrong or unjust. It won't be easy to fix our schools or protect worker pensions or take on drug companies. Focus on what's right. Stay committed. Make progress every day. And never forget it's people that matter. It's all about people.
Now, held over by popular demand, the Chrysler Great American Getaway. Your chance to get away with great offers on our award-winning minivans, like our 7-year, 100,000-mile engine and transmission powertrain pledge, plus $2,500 cash allowances, or 0% financing on select models. GM, Ford, and Toyota don't give you all that, so hurry. For great products, great protection, and great value. That's the Chrysler Advantage.
Told you it's the rule. Everyone's got to smoke.
I thought you were kidding. Look, it's Tom Ritchie. You made it.
Again? Ugh, you taste like an ashtray.
Thank you.
Call me. I thought I was supposed to be Susie Mueller. They caught her trying to quit.
Thanks, guys. I'm so excited. I could just die.
From Central Illinois' news leader, this is 3 News at 10.
I really don't like the Bears now. Bears games in Central Illinois are forcing people to change their long laid-out plans. Good evening. Thanks for staying up with us. I'm Jennifer Roscoe. Michael is off tonight. The Bears will stay at Urbana's Park Inn, but as Jennifer Hendricks reports, one Central Illinois couple is furious because they have to reschedule their wedding.
I mean, we got engaged in July.
Jennifer Elliott and Mike Carlson had their wedding planned for months, but have to start the stressful task all over again.
We were definitely done planning. We had to get a new photographer, and we had to get a new person to make our cake.
They signed a contract with the Park Inn last August. They worried then the Bears may take precedence over their wedding. The hotel hasn't been able to promise it will honor that contract.
We've had to call everybody and let them know that it's changed, and some people are going to be on vacation, so they're not going to be able to come because it is Labor Day weekends.
The Park Inn also signed a contract with the Chicago Bears to stay here on weekends when they'll be playing football in Central Illinois. The problem? There's not enough room at the inn for both a football team and a wedding. A spokesperson for the Park Inn says the hotel offered to handle the wedding as scheduled, but in a different location. The hotel also offered to find rooms at nearby places for wedding guests, but the couple says that's not going to work.
We know that it's going to bring the city a lot of revenue and everything, and we're all for that, but it just seems like it was unfair since we had it booked.
The Park Inn told the pair it can't do anything until the Bears' schedule comes out to know for sure there's a conflict.
And they've been really accommodating to us, and we're still working together to try to negotiate.
And the two say it's not worth the wait and hope other people from Central Illinois don't run into the same problem.
Not fun, but it's worth it.
Jennifer Hendricks, 3 News.
The couple says because they changed their wedding date, they had to pay more for a replacement photographer. They hope the Park Inn will give them a discount on the thousands they'll spend. 800 Urbana customers lost power tonight for a little more than an hour because a transformer blew. Illinois Power says the transformer blew when a raccoon got into the power station on Vine at around 9 o'clock. IP was able to fix the problem quickly, and all of the customers now have their power back. The main fire station also lost power, but they had a backup generator. People in Illinois are getting the message about the dangers of secondhand smoke. A recent survey says they're concerned about being exposed to cigarette smoke at work. Smoking is still permitted in some places, including many restaurants. Employees say they rely on good ventilation to keep them healthy.
I'm a non-smoker, and I like to stay healthy, and I don't mind it, but of course I want to stay away from it, or you know, just not be around it as much. But in most places, especially this one, the ventilation's good.
Experts say even secondhand smoke causes lung cancer, heart disease, and respiratory illnesses. And speaking of lighting up, the Fighting Illini basketball squad was on fire this afternoon as they smoked San Diego State 93-64. 3 News reporter Rob Collins tells us the victory was just another hairpin turn during this roller coaster basketball season.
This season's Fighting Illini basketball squad has mirrored a raging roller coaster. And Illinois fans are enjoying the ride.
We were really excited at the beginning, and then once they hit the downfall, it was kind of getting a little rougher. We definitely felt that.
Yeah, it felt like losing your lunch, especially after 3 consecutive Big Ten losses. But then the creaky Illini machine slowly made its way back to the top, and the fans were enjoying the view.
Some games you get mad at them for not playing like they should, and other games you're like, wow, that's the team they should be right there.
An 8-game winning streak to end the regular season left Illini fans with butterflies in their stomachs. Wouldn't you know it, the bottom dropped out right before the loop-de-loops known as the NCAA tourney. Find anybody? And if today's smashing of San Diego State is any indication, Fighting Illini fans will remain on the edge of their seats as the twisting, turning thrill ride continues.
That was Rob Collins reporting. Sports director Chris Whitlock and Mike Clough will have more on the Illini victory later in sports. But right now, we're going to turn to Judy. Judy, how are your brackets doing?
I don't know.
You just guessed all the upsets, right? You had the Saluki.
That's right. I don't think I even entered the brackets.
You know there is a tournament going on.
Yes, I do know that. I've stayed awake through at least that much. Thank goodness the Illini are in this tournament in Wisconsin. Okay, well, the rains have ended for this evening after depositing anywhere from 1/10 of an inch to as much as 6/10 of an inch. We'll show you who got what in just a few moments. But right now, we are just under cloudy skies. We do expect some sunshine tomorrow. Temperatures will be about what they were today, but tomorrow we should have a bit more in the way of sunshine. Tomorrow night, we're back to cloudiness and the possibility of showers. But Sunday's looking good.
All right.
So we have that to look forward to.
Also for the Illini on Sunday. All right, thanks, Judy. Illinois prison officials have locked down a maximum security prison in central Illinois. An inmate punched an assistant warden in the face at the Menard Correctional Center in Chester. The 3,000 inmates have been confined to their cells around the clock during the investigation. The suspect is a gang-affiliated inmate serving a life sentence for murder and aggravated kidnapping. The employee appears to be okay. A jury has sentenced convicted murderer Andrea Yates to life in prison. Jennifer Miller has reaction from Houston.
The jury returns the following verdict.
The same jury that was quick to convict Andrea Yates also spent very little time deciding whether she should live or die. After about 40 minutes of deliberations, the jury sentenced Yates to life in prison for drowning her children.
Obviously, it could be worse. I mean, if she'd been given the death penalty, but it wouldn't have been that much worse.
Prosecutors softened their call for the death penalty during Friday's closing arguments and readily accepted the jury's decision.
I wanted the jury to reach a correct and just verdict, and that's what they did.
The defense claimed there were reasons Yates's life should be spared, mainly her mental illness.
This was a difficult defeat for us, but we, if anything, at least raised certain issues in the mind of the public.
But prosecutors insisted the case was not about social issues. It was about 5 dead children.
None of those children chose to die. They all fought for their lives, and they should be the focus and remembered appropriately.
But Andrea Yates's family says the medical system failed her, and now the legal system has too.
We don't believe that 40 years in prison is a alternative to treatment that she needs.
Andrea Yates will not be up for parole until she is 77 years old. In the meantime, it's expected her attorneys will appeal the case based on evidence regarding her mental health. Jennifer Miller, CBS News, Houston.
And Russell Yates says he's not sure if he and Andrea will stay married or that he will visit her that often, but he says he will always support her. The Immigration and Naturalization Service is shuffling some employees after the controversy over 2 hijackers getting student visas. The paperwork arrived on Monday, the 6th anniversary of the attack on the World Trade Center. The INS has reassigned 4 mid-level employees. No one was fired over the controversy. Attorney General John Ashcroft has ordered an investigation. The American Taliban's lawyers say he wants to get out of Afghanistan after he heard what happened on September 11th, but they say John Walker Lynn feared for his life. The lawyers say Lynn revealed his fears to military interrogators. They want the transcripts and tapes for his trial. And in eastern Afghanistan, Operation Anaconda may be winding down. Al-Qaeda fighters left behind quite a stockpile in some caves when they escaped. U.S.-led troops found mortars, grenades, and rockets. 4 of the fighters got away after a gunfight with U.S. and Canadian forces. And more National Guard troops from Central Illinois are doing their part in the war on terrorism. 24 pilots flew out of Springfield early this morning for active duty. The members of the 183rd Fighter Wing will patrol the no-fly zone over Iraq. 150 guardsmen in all will be deployed for up to 4 months. First, it was Hillary Clinton running for the Senate. Find out who wants to follow in her footsteps. And later on 3 News at 10, a bald eagle mistakes this little dog as prey. We'll tell you how she escaped.
You're watching 3 News at 10 with Michael Marsh and Jennifer Roscoe, Judy Fraser with weather, and Chris Whiblick with the 3-minute drill.
The good news is that you can buy high-quality furniture for pennies on the dollar. The bad news is that after 52 years of serving the furniture needs of Central Illinois, Parkway Furniture in Paris, Illinois is closing its doors forever, quitting business and sacrificing all of its lazy boys. Flex Deal, Kimball, and Lexington inventories today through Monday. Come on out. Bring your trucks and trailers to Parkway Furniture, Highway 1 north in Paris, Illinois. Financing will be available on site.
300 vehicles.
31 days.
It's a massive March markdown at O'Brien's University Auto Park.
300 vehicles must be sold in 31 days.
Get 0% financing on select new vehicles.
2002 Camrys for just $17,995.
2002 Chrysler Town & Countries at $2,500 below dealer invoice.
And new vehicles for $198 a month.
300 vehicles.
31 days.
Only at University Auto Park, Urbana.
You wanted to see me?
Did you cook my steak?
Yeah.
You are
Awesome!
For a steak you'll love.
Would you sign my belly?
big fan, big fan.
Head to Applebee's Steak Stampede. Get a lot of beef for your buck with our famous house sirloin, Bourbon Street steak, or 20-ounce porterhouse complete with sides. So get in line for a great deal.
To my best friend,
Dan. I'm Dan.
Eating good in the neighborhood.
John Schmidt talks about his experience. The truth is, he's a corporate takeover attorney who made a fortune from mergers and acquisitions. One deal forced over 500 Illinois workers to lose their jobs. John Schmidt put the corporations first.
500 jobs may not mean much to John Schmidt, but it meant a lot to those families. When it comes to protecting workers, we deserve an attorney general who's on our side.
3 News gets Central Illinois' vote for election coverage. From the governor's race to issues that affect your schools, we'll deliver the contests that matter the most to you. It's the March to November, Tuesday on 3 News, Central Illinois' news leader.
Hillary